Hello and welcome to the Seal Podcast, episode 131. I'm your host, Pilch, and joining me today and only is Neil.
Hello,
Hello,
how are you
Neil.
doing?
So, yes, I'm okay, mate. I couldn't be fucking better. Now, I'm assuming Fraser's on a plane back to
I don't think he's
Canada,
actually,
is
no.
he?
I just think he's in the
No?
UK still, so not got at his normal setup available, and he's
Well, he
probably
could
around
have
his
done it
mum
on
and
his
dad's or down the
phone,
pub or
couldn't he?
something. Well, that would have just sounded
Hmm.
a bit shit, really, wouldn't it? But,
And what's this last message on? What's it? Oh,
Dave,
Dave has let us down at the last minute. What a wanker, eh? I mean, come on. Last minute, he let us down. He literally 10 minutes ago said, I'm not coming on. Is that right, Neil?
something like that. He let us know that he's watching Green Day.
Well, and I've just let him know that my daughter is also watching Green Day this evening.
But I'm guessing Green Day aren't on right now. It's a bit early, isn't it, for Green Day to be on? I thought they were like the main
Um,
event, so.
I think it started at like 7 o'clock, so might be on by now.
Yeah, still a bit
Mm,
early. It got Weezer and Fall Out
yeah.
Boy, I noticed on the background of the.
Yeah, they're all okay. Yeah. I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind listening. Well, listen to a bit of that when I think I've got the CDs upstairs in the
Fall
cupboard
Out Boy, are
gathering
they
dust.
acceptable listening for people of our age now? They used to be a bit young, you know.
Yeah,
They're
but
probably all
I
old
was
now.
young when I was Weezer and all that. Green Day, Christ, that's definitely
Oh,
the
Green Day are
90s, aren't
probably
they?
older than us too. They must be like
Mm,
practically pensioner ages.
I would have thought so. Getting on it, they getting on.
Although they're American, so I
Um,
assume they don't get pensions.
right. Okay. So let's do the. I haven't been on for so long. I've got. We go straight into
Well, we know
the
Fantasy
community
League.
shit, don't we?
Hi,
Right.
Lord. Lord's in the chat.
Oh Lord. Has anyone been twitching or
No,
YouTubing?
no, nothing's
No,
been happening.
right.
We've all been far too
Okay.
busy with life.
And I haven't got Discord on my phone, so the only time I look at Discord now is when I come on to do the podcast. So
Well,
I haven't got a clue what's been
obviously,
going on in there.
the Mark said something about Dave's comment about no pubes. What else have we had? Bit of chit chat about the meetup last week, which I'm sure we'll get to.
Mhm.
But yeah, not much else really. Just a little bit of chit chat here
Right.
and there.
Okay, let's get on with the interactions then. So Neil tweeted out earlier that we would be recording a little bit earlier than usual. You'll find out why in a minute. So the first question we have got. Okay, right. I've got COVID or had COVID for the last 2 weeks and I nearly died. So Neil is going to read out some of these questions while I cough my guts up a bit.
Okie doke. Right. So first question we've had in was actually I put these in the wrong order, but we'll do Marty's first. Marty asked, that's what he says. Afternoon, chaps. Hope you're both well and enjoyed the sunny weather this week. I've had a week of watching all the Marvel films in chronological order. Ugh. Sorry. My question is to you both. Are there any films that you love to bits and could watch over and over again? Cheers. Marty's in the chat.
Hmm.
Hello, Marty.
Hello, Marty. Okay, I'll go first. Films that I can watch over and over again. Um, Life of Brian,
Mm.
Muppets Christmas Carol, and Kingpin.
Oh my
Anytime
god,
any of
that's
them
one out of
films
the way
come on,
fucking left field.
any of them films come on, mate, I will just if I see it's on or I just turn it over and it comes on. Fucking hell, I have to sit and watch it. Any of them three, they're
Any
all
ones you actually
classics for
seek
me.
out and watch like on demand, or do you just wait for shit to come on TV and you go?
If I see it's no, I wouldn't go on Netflix and watch it. It's from or wherever you get your movies from. I don't go out. I think, oh, I'm going to watch that. But if I
Yeah.
flick the telly on and it's on, or I'd stick it on to Sky Movies and it's started and it's already halfway through, I can't turn it off. I just think, oh fuck it, I'm going to watch this now. Any of them three,
Marty's a Muppets
definitely.
fan too, apparently. Lord
Okay.
says Uncle Buck.
All right. Yeah, that's
I
quite a good one.
used to watch Star Wars, the first one, anytime it was on. Probably still would watch it, to be fair, but I don't know. It's getting a bit long in the tooth, that now.
Mm.
The first Matrix film, I reckon, is still an absolute belter. I watched that recently, and I definitely would watch that anytime it was on if I wasn't doing anything else. Any of the cheesy old Bond films that are usually like if you're in a bit of a hungover and on a Sunday afternoon, maybe on the sofa, like the real shit ones with Roger Moore. Definitely watch a load of that shit. Uh, but yeah, I can't think of anything else really.
Mm.
Mostly, like
I
I would
mean,
definitely watch Star Wars and it was on and shit. But
yeah. But I mean, I've sat and watched things like bloody Sound of Music just because it's a
I don't think
child.
I've ever seen that.
I've I don't think I've ever seen it start to finish.
But you've definitely seen the
But
whole film, but over multiple
oh yeah,
viewings.
yeah, definitely, yeah, multiple times. But I don't think I've ever sat down from the start and watched it. I think Julie Andrews, mate, she is like a 10 out of 10.
Old.
She's crumpet. She
She's
is
not
now,
anymore.
but in that and in like Mary Poppins, she was crumpet, mate.
Yeah, I just thought of another one that I definitely love. Shaun of the
Go
Dead.
on.
I can watch that over and over again.
Oh yeah, they're good. I'm not so
That's
sure
funny as
about the other
fuck.
two. But Hot
No,
Fuzz
Shaun of
was
the
all
Dead's
right.
an
Shaun
absolute
of the Dead
belter,
was
but
better. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Right. All
Anything
done with
else?
that?
I mean, I watch any old shit really, so
Yeah.
don't know
Yeah.
how many times I've watched it. Go on then, go to the next one then.
Right, so MS Rangers got in earlier and says, Evening Team Seal, what lucky touches have you had? Many moons ago, HMV used to give out Christmas booklets with money off deals. I wanted a light gun for the PS2. There was 10 quid off for gaming equipment. Sorry, sir, our mistake. This is only off consoles, but as our error, please write to head office and send a voucher, and they will gift you £10 for your troubles. That's what they said. So lucky for me, I had about 12 booklets, which meant 120 quid. So I wrote letters under various disguises and addresses, and Julie went and bought a steering wheel set up. And I only wanted 10 quid off a light gun. Nice result,
That's not
that
a lucky
is.
touch. That's
No,
cheating.
that's definitely
That's
taking a
taking the
piss.
piss.
But yeah, fair play. I'm amazed you got away with it.
Oh,
But yeah.
the only other thing I think of is when Jack was about 6 years old. He wanted a Sky Electrics for Christmas, and so I thought, okay, I'll just go and get him one of them like little mini sets, just like little oval, the cheapest set, like 40 quid or whatever it is, and we're going back like he's 20 now, so that's a good 15 years ago, but it's still like 40 quid's quite a lot of money then. But I thought, okay, I don't mind. I'll have a bit of Sky Electric. It's always an excuse, isn't it? Oh yeah, get a Sky
Yeah,
Electric for
Sky
the
Electric.
boy, and
I'll
then he's
definitely
getting
be all
that.
over that.
So I went to Argos on Christmas Eve and purchased Sky Electrics, and they put the box on the side, and I thought, fucking, that's a big fucking box for little old Sky Electrics. And when I looked at it, they'd given me the Formula One set, the biggest
Nice.
fucking track you can get with two Formula One cars. It had it's Jenson Button and Michael Schumacher with the cars. Mate, I never left fucking Argos so quick in my life. Only trouble is, with hindsight, I would have been better off getting him the minis because he was 6 years old. Them fucking Formula One cars, not only do they not stick to the track, they are little tiddly bits of spoilers and plastic everywhere. And
That's like a
within
real Formula
3
One car
days,
when it has a
yeah, within
crash.
3 days, there was fucking nothing left of them. They were absolutely obliterated, and we had to go out and buy. I think I got a couple of XR3Is and a couple of Porsches.
Oh, mate,
So because they
XR3Is, we are
didn't
going
have any
back.
bits, and yeah, they didn't have any bits to break. Yeah, the mirrors might break off or whatever, but they didn't, and they had lights, which was much better anyway. You play in the dark.
Nice.
Yeah, so these bloody Formula One cars were super glued every time he got it because he just put it on the track, pull the trigger, straight off, hit the skirting board.
That was what you did, though, wasn't it? That's like, oh, that was the thing, mate. Like put little things underneath the track to make it like elevated in places, wouldn't you, and stuff.
Yeah.
Do a little
Well,
bit of
this come with the whole sets and the bridges
yeah.
and banked track and everything. This set, it was ridiculous. But yeah, so I think that's the only thing I can think where I've
I definitely think
had
I've
a
had
little
an.
bit of a touch.
I reckon I had a free controller once where someone I was just like, put everything on the desk for them to scan, and they were scanning away, put it all in a bag as they did it. And I was like, you didn't scan that controller. And yeah, I just didn't pay for like 40 quid controller. Thank you very
Oh,
much. Out of there. Oh, you had your
that's
touch
just
recently, didn't you, actually?
I've just remembered actually I did get when I bought my Series X, it came with I don't know, I think it's white, but I think they called it something else. It came with a new white controller, and I didn't order that.
Yeah.
So I got a free controller with it. It was in a separate box. It wasn't didn't like send me a box with two controllers in it. It actually
Yeah.
came in a separate box. They actually sent a note and said very sorry. I think I probably mentioned it on
Yeah.
the
Yeah. I think
podcast.
we've talked about this.
Yeah, and they actually sent a note to say that very sorry it hasn't come with your order. We'll send it afterwards. And I thought, oh, they're going to realise that, but they never
No.
did. So I got myself a
Nice.
free
I've had a couple of
controller.
double
But
yolk
other
eggs in the past. That's pretty lucky.
than that, oh dear. Right, what's the next one then, mate?
Well, just before we move on, Mint Safe in the chat says, "Do you guys ever watch Spaced?" Is that's the Simon Pegg
Yes.
comedy show, wasn't it?
Yeah. With that, what's
Nick
that
Frost.
girl's name?
I can't think what her
Yeah.
name is, but yeah, she was in.
Is it?
They were all the same people. Were in loads of stuff, weren't they?
Yeah, that was good. Spaced. Christ,
I definitely
that's a
watched a
long
few
time ago
episodes of
now.
that. Definitely,
Yeah.
but
Right, so
yeah.
we're on Discord questions now.
So yeah, Discord. We'll move on to that. Thank you for all those questions, people. Marty and MS Rangers. Jessica Hines, Mint Safe says.
That's it. Yeah.
Right. So Arnie coming first. He says, my question is, how many beers would warrant face planting on the floor? Interested to hear your thoughts. I don't know why I would ask such a question personally.
Did he go to the meetup?
He did.
Okay, right. Well,
We'll talk about that
in
in a
a
little
minute.
while, shall we? But yeah, what would you reckon? How many beers before you could just
Um,
literally just go over?
I don't really know because much to Lisa's discussed, apart from being a bit merry, she's never seen me drunk or hungover, and I can fucking drink.
Yeah.
It just doesn't.
I can't say the same
Yeah,
here.
I get pissed, I get merry, I go giggly and stupid, but I've never drunk so much that I mean, and I'm talking, I drink fucking anything apart from beer and Guinness and shit. But no, I don't know. It just doesn't really do that much to me.
Mm,
And I've never had a headache anymore. Never ever had a hangover. Never been
You haven't been
sick.
doing it properly, have you?
My wife would say I have after I've drunk.
You're on your
God
cocktails and
knows
all
how
that.
many.
It's all that
Yeah,
fruit juice. It's so you get super hydrated while you're doing it, so you don't have a massive hangover the next
yeah,
day.
probably.
I don't really know how many beers we ended up having last week. Someone may have fallen over, though. That's all I'm saying for the time being.
All right, okay.
We'll talk about that.
Right,
Get
we'll
on
move
that
on
in a
to the
minute.
next one then.
So, John Mouse wants to know, where did the names Real Kahuna and Pilch come from?
Didn't he used to do a podcast?
Oh, here we go.
Pretty sure he used to do a podcast. But anyway, what was his
I
question?
don't think it's officially dead yet, so it's not been
Okay.
declared. But I did hear a rumour there might be one next week. But, no
You heard the
promises.
nails going in, did you?
So, do you want to go first? I think we've done this.
You haven't
before,
read the question out yet, have you?
I just said, where did the names Real Kahuna and Pilch come from?
Right, mine. Pilch is from Pilchards. I used to eat. Well, I still do. I love Pilchards. My mum and dad started calling me Pilchard when I was little because I would only eat tin Pilchards, and it stuck. And everybody calls me Pilch or Pilchard. That's it.
Well, mine is slightly more boring. I went when Xbox Live first came out, I was really into Pulp Fiction at the time, and I wanted to be called Big Kahuna after the burger shop because I thought that'd actually be a pretty cool online name, Big Kahuna. But Big Kahuna was taken, and so I set the Xbox Live name generator in action, and it came up with loads of other things to add on the beginning. And one of them was real, and I was like, actually, real Big Kahuna doesn't sound too bad because there's a load of other shits that came up with. But real Big Kahuna was my first online name, and after a while, I was just like, I'm just going to drop the big because I can't have Big Kahuna, so I'm just going to have Real Kahuna. So that was where it came from for me, and that's me everywhere now.
Didn't you have had bigger Kahuna?
I could have done biggest Kahuna, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I had to drop the big because if it wasn't big, it's go big or go home, wasn't it? I could have had home Kahuna, I guess, but that would have been a bit shit.
How many times have you changed your gamer tag?
Just the once.
Have you? I think I've done it about 3 times.
Oh, you've paid 30 quid?
Because
No, 20 quid.
No, well, the first time was free.
Yeah.
You could always change it, even before they did the generating thing. I don't think they used to do that generating thing.
No, it suggested names definitely way back when, because I was on there. Was that 360? No, it was before 360, wasn't it? No, 360 was when names come in, wasn't it? I can't remember how it went.
Yeah,
because I had Xbox Live on my OG Xbox, but I don't know how it worked. Was that where you set your names?
Yeah. So the first one I had was Pill 999, which is my private number plate. Then I changed it to Pilch. Then I changed it to Pilch Reed. The first time it was free. The first time after I did Pill 99, that was my first one. So the next one you could do it for free. So I changed it to Pilch. Then there was something to do with merging Windows and Xbox accounts. I think that happened before it might have been during the Xbox One. And it said I couldn't have my gamer tag because I had Pilch. Someone else must have had a Windows account with Pilch. So it ended up putting a load of numbers on the end of it.
Like,
so I changed it to Pilch Reed, and I've been Pilch Reed ever since.
Yeah.
So I haven't actually paid to change it.
You definitely got told you could have a freebie if you put in something that they later decided was offensive, or if you had loads of people complain about your name, then I think you got a freebie. But
the weird thing is, if I search for Pilch on gamer tags, it don't come up. It just says it's not available.
I did that.
You can't never find a person.
I think when I searched for Big Kahuna, they had like 0 gamer score, and I was like, "Ooh, you bastard!"
Oh, I didn't even. If you just put Pilch in, it doesn't even bring up a thing. So whether it made us both, because I say when they merged, whether it just took us both.
It was probably talking about you.
You can have it. Yeah, yeah. That's blokes going, "Oh, I used to fucking have Pilch, and then some other cunt took it." So I'm assuming it just wiped it off, and so neither of us could have it.
Yeah,
because it would be a bit unfair, wouldn't it, for someone to have it and then suddenly he finds out that some other cunt's got it. So I think they just wiped them off.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how that works.
No. So I've been Pilch Reed ever since, which is obviously just my Pilch and my surname. Okay, right. Last question.
Last question
this one myself.
Come from It's a Stinky Poo, and it says, "What is your favourite T-shirt saying?" I didn't know what he meant by that, so thankfully he put as an example. I did actually Google it anyway, but as an example, paddle faster. I hear banjos. I don't know what that one is, but
I think there's one like I was stupid, or
yeah, that's what I was like.
Or like one in the oven or something.
Yeah.
If some woman's pregnant, it's got one in the oven and then a little arrow pointing to their tummy, that sort of thing. But I'm not really into T-shirts that much. I've got a few gaming T-shirts, but I don't go out to. I've got no T-shirts with any slogans or anything on it. I don't think.
Well, I got one for Christmas from my mum one year. I think it was Christmas. Yeah, it must have been. And it said something like, Education is important, but video games are importanter, which I thought was quite good.
All
Dave's
right,
in the chat.
okay.
Must be a
Those in
break
the
between
chat.
the Dave's in the chat. Must be a break between the acts, I guess.
I'm going to say it must be a bloody good
He's
gig.
just rocking out to Green Day while watching Twitch. And what else? I did say when I searched for earlier, I saw one that was good, and it was check out my 6-pack, and there was like 6 donuts. I thought that was quite
All
good.
right, okay.
But yeah, I don't have like slogan T-shirts for it. I've got one of me movie themed T-shirts on tonight, which is
Right.
a Blade Runner 2047 or whatever it was themed one, which is from the Last Exit to Nowhere shop online. That's quite good. They got loads of cool
Right.
looking ones. I've got a US Colonial Marines one as well. That's pretty cool. Obviously from Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I get a few T-shirts like that. I've got a really good Fallout T-shirt actually, not Fallout Boy, a Fallout as in the game with loads.
But are
You
they
know the
what
little
people have
Fallout
bought you?
Pip Boy guy. No, I was in
Yeah.
the loot box thing for a little while,
All right, okay.
and then I got a Fallout T-shirt, and it's loads of Pip Boys. There's loads of different Pip Boys all over it, and that's pretty cool as video game
Right.
T-shirts go.
Yeah. I don't. I think I bought a few of my own video games T-shirts, but I don't. I think most people just buy me them.
Yeah.
Normally, Christmas or birthdays, I get one. I
Yeah.
think Primark do quite a lot of them. They rotate them every now and then. I think I got Super Mario one and a Bubble one from Primark.
Oh,
I say I didn't buy them myself, but got them. I
I
used to
haven't.
have one.
I'll do my best to not go in Primark. I've got to be honest.
Oh, my daughter loves it because she just says that I can just go in there and just fill a basket up with clothes, knowing it's not going to cost me anything.
I keep telling my daughter she's just bought in child slavery when she goes in shops like that. She still
I
goes
think
there.
the best T-shirt I had, which I did actually buy myself, when I got married, when we went on honeymoon, we went to Cancun, and they had a Sega World in
All right.
Cancun. So and it was and so I bought a T-shirt, and it had Sega on it, Sonic the Hedgehog on the front with Sega written across it, and then on the back it had Sega World Cancun written on it. But I don't know. It's only like a shop. I don't
Oh,
think it was meant
it
to
wasn't like
be.
what do you
No,
call
it
it? An
wasn't like a
amusement
theme
park.
park or nothing. It was just a shop, the same as where you could go into.
Well, like
Oh,
M&M World.
I got a McDonald's T-shirt, McDonald's Cancun as well. At the
Oh
same
my
time.
god,
But
it was better than the
that was
food, I
quite
guess.
good. I don't think I actually. No, I definitely fucking bought a McDonald's. I was going
Yeah,
to say I don't
obviously.
think I bought a
They don't
McDonald's,
they
but I
didn't have
definitely
Tim
bought it.
Hortons in Mexico in that day.
They didn't then. No, not in 1989.
Oh,
No.
Jesus. 80.
What
What,
minute? Yeah, I think it
is
was
that even a
something
year?
like that.
Yeah.
You were when you were born. Don't you say you
I
weren't
was
born
born
then?
then.
'Cause,
Yeah, I'm not fucking young like others that might be listening. Maybe.
yeah, Dave might not have been born, but
No, maybe. I
no.
think he was probably born by then.
Um, right, okay then. So thanks, Stinky Poo, for that one. We better move on to what we've been doing.
Right.
Right, I'll go first because I have not been doing anything because 2 weeks ago I contracted COVID and
Mm,
I only got rid of it on Wednesday. Was it Wednesday or Thursday? I think it
can't
was
remember what you put
Wednesday.
in.
Yeah. I was ill,
Yeah.
so in bed for 10, 12 days. So
Yikes.
I hadn't done a great deal, but I have watched a fucking lot of telly. I, right, I was just okay. So
Go on then, rattle them off.
right, I was. I've been watching. I was started watching The Boys because that's the new season has
Right.
started.
You were all up to date
Um,
before that, were you? Is that something you'd
yeah,
watched
yeah.
before?
It was only there's like the two or three that had come out then. There's been another two since then, obviously, and another one today, which I've just watched. I watched all of Boba Fett,
Yeah. And
which I didn't think was great.
right.
I've watched Kenobi up to date, finished it yesterday, was it? Wednesday it
Wednesday,
come out?
Wednesday it finished. Yeah.
Yeah, so I watched all of them plus this one. I watched 2 seasons of oh my god. Oh, I can't remember what it's called now.
This is the
I've
COVID
watched so
brain here.
much. Yeah, it is the COVID brain. I've watched so much, it's ridiculous. What the fuck? I'll
Well,
come back to
Netflix
that in
type
a
thing
minute.
or Disney.
It was it Disney? No, the only thing I watched on Disney was the Mandalorian, not Mandalorian, the other 2 I
Is
said.
it Boba Fett?
Um, it was probably on Amazon.
Oh,
Oh, there's a
I don't know
thing
what
called
fucking on Amazon.
Superstore that's got
Oh, right,
6
yeah, yeah.
seasons, and there's 22 episodes per season, and I'm on season 3, episode 17. So
Jesus.
I've watched 60 of them.
That's on. Is that on Now TV? Because I'm sure
No,
that was
it's
on. There
on
was an episode
Netflix.
on Sky the other day.
It's on Netflix. Um, then I watched the whole of season 3 of oh fucking hell, The Umbrella Academy, which only come out on
Oh,
Wednesday,
right. What you
and
what?
I watched 10 episodes in one day, the
Jesus.
whole lot. So 10 hours of that, give or take.
Yikes.
I watched 3 films. One of them was very good actually. It was a basketball film with is that bloke that's always in
Woody
those sorts
Harrelson.
of things? No, no, not him. It was oh, who's that fucking bloke that does the same thing in every single thing? Not
That's
Ben
not narrowing it
Stiller.
down, is it? Basketball.
Uh, yeah, it was very good actually. Um, God, he's been in shit tons of films, and he's oh
Sam
my god,
Jackson. Someone's saying.
no,
Meant to say.
um, oh my god. I can't even remember what it's called, so I can't even say Google it. Fucking hell. That'll come back to me as well. I watched a film called Gamer, which
Right.
was
That sounds like it's not going to
quite
be very
good.
good.
It was good, but I realised
Is that
after
on
watching it
Amazon?
for 40 that's on Amazon, yeah.
Yeah.
After watching it for 40 minutes, I realised I'd fucking seen it before. So that was a waste of time. Um, I'll have to I can't remember what else I've watched. I've watched 2
Mate.
seasons of something else.
You know what Stranger Things?
I don't like Stranger. I watched the first
No.
2 episodes of that. I couldn't get
What of
into
the
it.
first series? Or like,
Yeah,
yeah.
first series. There was this thing, it was a bit like Game of Thrones. It's on Amazon.
What?
Um,
Not
it was with
Vikings.
elves and stuff.
Oh, ew. Oh. Oh, fuck knows. I
It's
can't
like
think
Games
now.
of Thrones, but with elves. That was very good. It was a whole season. It's very recent.
It's not.
Um,
There's a Lord of the Rings TV show coming. It's not that, is it? That's
the
not out yet,
girl
is it?
who's in Umbrella Academy, who's now a boy. She was in a film that I watched. It was a bit like Superbad. That was quite good.
What?
It was about
The girl who's in Umbrella Academy is now a boy.
yeah, Umbrella Academy. Veronica or whatever her name is.
I haven't watched it, so I don't know.
You've never
In
seen
the
it.
show, she was a girl and now she's a boy in the show. Or,
Yes, season 3
right.
started off. And in real life,
Oh, okay.
she started off
Don't
as a
know.
boy. She started off as a girl for the first 2 seasons, but in real life, she's now a man, a boy.
Okay.
So in the series, she's now a boy as well.
I've never watched it, so I have no idea who's in that. I'm
Okay.
afraid.
I can't really tell you what else I watched because I can't remember any of it because I just went watched so much it was stupid.
It's all blur.
Maybe next week. Oh, I'm not in next week. I'm on holiday, but
Oh my
I'll
god!
try and I'm going to France on Wednesday to Le Mans with the boys. We go every 2 years.
Is it Le Mans then? The actual race, or is it?
Classic Le Mans, classic
I was going to
24
say I thought the
hours.
24 hours was the other week.
Yeah, the classic's every 2 years.
Right.
It's normally a month after, but for some
Yeah.
reason it's only 2 or 3 weeks in between.
Yeah.
We go every 2 years. We've been going since 2004.
Going to take plenty of Pro Plus with you, are you?
I'll be
Staying
taking
up all
plenty
night.
of beer with me.
Well, that's not very good for staying up all night.
No. Oh, no, we don't stay up. They do. It's basically, they do, it's 24-hour racing, but they do eras, categories. So they do 50s cars, 60s cars,
What,
70s
in the
cars,
same
80s
24
cars.
hours? What
No,
keep
they do
switching?
3-hour stints.
Right.
So they do a 3-hour race of the
Who
60s
gets
cars. Then
mugged off in the middle of the night then?
they both have to do a night stint because there's like
Right.
6 categories and they race for 3 hours. So
Right.
they start at lunchtime on a Saturday and finish at lunchtime on a Sunday. So each one, they'll do, that one will start at 10 o'clock in the morning and then they'll do a 10 o'clock in the evening stint sort of thing. Yeah, it's bloody brilliant. But we go on a Wednesday and come back on a Monday just because good excuse to just go and get pissed up for 5 days.
How are you getting there?
But yeah, the racing is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, but we like to get there nice and early on a.
What are you driving, are you?
Well, yeah, we always drive.
Right.
We
Well,
take different. We take whatever classic cars we've got at the time. I've been
so you've
in
taken a
Mini
Mini.
Cooper, MGB. I've been we 4, 5 because there wasn't one 2 years ago because it was cancelled for some reason. I can't
Yeah.
think why. But this year we're going in an XR3i and a Rover SD1. We're only going in 2 cars this year.
SD1. Wow.
Yeah, 3.5
I can't
litre.
believe that's still fucking going.
He has been, we're all going in his car this year, that he has been in that car. I think me and a few of my other mates have changed every time we go, we change our cars. He's had the same car since 2004.
I can't
Been
believe that
going
was
in the
still
same car.
going in 2004, let alone
He's just had it
2020.
all recommissioned
It's
and
basically like
resprayed
Trigger's
this
Brew.
year.
None of it's the original. It's all been replaced.
One year we took 3 Mini Coopers.
You know, all, what, a red, white, and yellow, or green even.
Well, we had a red one. I had a blue one. My mate had a red one, and my other mate had. It was almost white. It was light silver.
Mm.
But yeah, we sticker them all up, and we put stickers across the back saying you're only supposed to blow the bloody doors off across the
Yeah,
back, and
nice.
so that's
Nice.
good. We've been in Porsches.
Well, do you hire one?
No, we just because we've always got, not we've always got cars. We just don't we chop and change our cars all
I'd
the
have to go
time.
in
So
a
we've
fucking
always
Fiesta.
we've always got something interesting to go in. So we went in a scimitar. I went with my mate in a scimitar, and the other guys went in a TVR. So we just go in.
Nice. They
Or we
managed to
went in a
make it all that way
convoy.
in a TVR, did they? Didn't break down.
Yeah, yeah. And basically, we just sell. We buy a car. As soon as we get back, we normally sell whatever car we got. I was going to go in a TT 2 years ago, but it got cancelled. And I've since sold it anyway. So, but we normally will all buy a car to go down there, and then when we get back, we sell it, buy another car for 2 years' time.
Right.
So we go down. We've never, apart from my mate in his SD1, we've never been in the same cars. We always go in different. Sometimes there's only 2 cars going down this year, but normally there's 4, 6. We went with 10 cars once. And we
Nice.
all drove car each, but we normally just pile in
Can't afford
whoever's
to do that
driving because it's
nowadays.
so. No, yeah, well that's it. It's so fucking expensive. So we just pile into whoever's decided they're going to drive
Everyone's in the
this
Rover,
time.
basically, because it's fucking massive.
Yeah. No, because we'll be carrying all the bloody equipment,
Yeah.
all the camping stuff and the bedding and everything. So.
My mum and dad
But
just got back from France. My dad said it was a fucking nightmare getting back into it. Like getting on the boat
apparently
in
it's.
France was a fucking nightmare.
Oh, it always is coming back for whatever reason. We've got to go. Normally, we all meet up in Chelmsford because we obviously come from different places. So on a Thursday morning, we'd meet up in Chelmsford at about 6 o'clock in the morning, and then head off to Dover. But until last week, we were planning on leaving Chelmsford at 3 o'clock in the morning
Eesh.
because just to get there for a 10 o'clock ferry.
You ain't even got
But
that far to go,
apparently,
really.
it's no, it's only an hour from here to Dover. But they're saying you've got to get there 2.5 hours before, and blah blah blah. But apparently, it's changed. They've changed the. You've only got to get there an hour before now because
Unless you're a
it's
lorry, then
all
it's a week.
it's all sorted apparently. But it takes us 8 hours to get down there. We normally 12 really because don't
Yeah,
count the bit on the ferry and shit. So
yeah.
we'd set off at 6 in the morning. We don't get there till 6, 7 in the evening. It's a long old way. But we just trundle through all the little villages and
Where's Le Mans in France? Sorry.
right down the middle of south of France, isn't it?
Ooh.
Well, sort of middle. It's a long way. This is about
Yeah, that sounds
700
like a fucking
miles.
long way. Yeah,
But so we just get down. We used to camp. We used to take tents, just a little two-man tent each, and get in there.
yeah. A bit old for that
But
shit though.
well, we stay in log cabins now.
Nice.
We're
Yeah,
too
what
fucking old.
do they call that? Glamping. Or are you doing
Yeah,
glamping in a
they're
big fuck off
proper
yurt?
like log cabins. So
Actual
so we just
building.
need bedding now. Whereas we used to take all the camping gear and everything with us, and all the chairs and
Hexy
all
stoves.
that shit. Yeah, everything, all the cooking stuff and whatever. And bearing in mind
Yeah,
we're normally in little old cars with no back seats or boots
yeah.
or anything. Cram it all in. But yeah, it's good. Good.
Nice. Well, have a lovely time.
So, mm, so that's and I've just got to hopefully. I mean, I've been knackered and been sleeping like for 3 or 4 hours in the afternoons.
Mm. That's
So
like me
we're not
most
going
days.
till Wednesday. So hopefully I'll hopefully I'll be all right by then. But I've walked up to Tesco's today to see my boss because I was supposed. I'm off holiday next week apart from Monday.
Mm,
And I got up there and I just said to him, "Mate, I'm fucking booking Monday off as holiday because there's even if I come in Monday, I ain't gonna be able to do much."
mm.
I've had 2 weeks off. I ain't been to work since. So,
Yeah.
but so yeah,
Well,
so that's it. Dying from COVID. I give it to
my
the whole
brother's
family.
my brother's got
Oh,
COVID. My mum's
is
come
he?
back from France. She's got COVID. So
Mm,
she was in the same car as my dad, obviously, for however many hours. But my dad just
yeah.
recently had his fourth jab, so he might get away with it.
Mm.
Um, we'll see.
But
So far, he's
I've
all right.
spoke to the doctor and said why I was so ill, and they just said, "Well, you had your jab like in January, your third jab. You're not. It's not the strain. You're not
Yeah,
protected because it's a different strain." So I said, "Well,
yeah,
what's the point in fucking having all these jabs then?" But they said if I'd have got it like 18 months ago when no one was jabbed, I would have been one. I might have been one of the ones that was fucking really,
yeah,
really ill. Because even though it's a different strain, I have had 3 jabs, and
yeah,
it does make a difference. It helps.
yeah. Because it's not completely
Um,
different. It's still still COVID.
yeah.
But
But
yeah,
this one that's coming back now, apparently, because the last one was just, it's a bit of a cough and a bit of a sore throat for a couple of days. Well, apparently now it's coming back. This new strain is a bit tasty, apparently. So,
yeah.
and I've been speaking to people, and they're saying, "Oh, mate, someone at work's got it. We haven't had any cases for months, and now this person's got it, and a couple of people at Tesco's have got it." And so you just say, "Oh, it's fucking coming back, in it."
It's
Nothing to do with
definitely
them celebrations. To do
no,
with
nothing to do with those fucking hundreds of thousands of people all stood in the open air, so it's fine. But like face to
yeah,
face, fucking crammed
crammed
like
next to each
sardines.
other, and
Yeah,
all these street parties that everyone had,
yeah.
and all that shit
We were
3 or 4 weeks
quite
ago.
separate at our street party. To be fair, when we had ours, we were still.
But
It
no
was
one
like
I
there weren't that many people at ours.
apart from my family, no one else I know or was in close contact with at work has had it.
Yeah,
So I'm assuming someone, a customer in Tesco's, probably would have give it to me
I don't know.
because
Tesco's is really well ventilated. I don't know if Tesco's is really a
mm,
hot spot for getting it.
have you seen them fuckers come and trying to grab the
Thing
reductions
is,
while you're
I haven't
doing the
been working
review?
evenings for a long time, so
Yeah,
yeah,
well, I have. And in the
yeah,
evenings, when there's 8, 10 people fucking trying to push you out the way to get a
yeah, for a fucking
cheap
iceberg
bit of
lettuce.
meat, yeah. So, mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I've been doing, mate. Just dying basically and watching loads of telly that I can't remember what I
Well,
watched.
It's good to see you're a bit better, at least. I know I can tell you're not
Mm.
quite 100%, but
No, getting there.
yeah, it definitely fucking dragged on when I had it. But
And I am
like
fucking gutted about missing Sunday. I
Sunday
was
last week.
just, yeah. I'd
Yeah,
rather
well,
have
we were all
missed my
hoping that
holiday.
you were going to suddenly get the all clear by Sunday, but
Yeah,
obviously it didn't happen.
no. So tell me all about it then. Come on, because that'll be
So
in what you've been doing.
I'm not going to go into too much detail because the
Wait
other
till
two will
Fraser
be.
gets back.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
other two will be back next week, hopefully, and they'll have a bit more to maybe fill in the gaps that I've got from the night. But yeah, it was good. I met Dave on the train Sunday morning. We went down to Euston, met Fraser there, and then went off to Liverpool Street. Waited around for however long for Mike Chin and Matt Arnie, you've heard of in the past, Arnie
Yep.
to meet us there, and then we couldn't be asked to wait any more for Matt to turn up, Fraser's cousin. So we went. Well, we went on a bit of a walk to find this curry place that he'd recommended, Tayab's, which was nice. So
It was in
we
Brick Lane.
no, it was beyond for a bit past Brick Lane.
Okay,
Can't
I'm
remember.
because it ain't that
I
far.
don't know
It's
what
only a
street it
10
was on.
minute walk.
Yeah, it
All
was.
right.
It wasn't too. It was Sunday, so no one knew exactly where we were going. I was looking at my Google Maps. Mike
If
gets his
only
phone
you
out.
had someone there who knew where they would have been going.
Yeah, well, anyway, Mike got his phone out and and goes, "Yeah, we got to go this way." Because I was like, "It's over that way somewhere. We got to go head over that way." And he was like, "Yeah." So he had his phone out, and he was just walking down this street, and then we walked into this like market, and it was like, "Okay, I guess this, we've walked in. It's market day, and there was like not particularly wide street, and obviously there's a market there, both sides of the road. So there was just like this one bit down the middle. We're all walking down there." And we're like, after about 5 minutes walking through this market, we're like, how fucking big is this market? It just seems to be going on forever. So then we went off down a dodgy looking side street and walked through all the back streets and finally got to this curry place. Walked in, got our table, the five of us waiting for Matt still. We're all chatting away, blah, 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 as you do. And I'm looking at the menus, and like looking at the drinks going, there's like soft drinks, lassie, as you get, or whatever, however you pronounce it.
Yeah.
I probably butchered that. Loads of soft drinks, and I'm like looking around. There's no beer on the menu. Looking around, no one's drinking beer in here. It's a bit weird. It's a curry place. No one's drinking beer. But yeah, they don't serve any alcohol in this curry place. Because like as we were walking in, there was
Is
a
that why
guy.
Fraser wanted to go there?
He didn't care, obviously, but
You
and
don't
nor did
drink.
Mike. Mike don't drink either, so he didn't care.
Oh yeah, of course.
But like me and Dave sipping opposite each other, kept sort of looking at the menu and like looking at each other, like, "Is anyone drinking beer in here? Can you see beer?" And hadn't really clocked it, but on the way in, some guy, a random guy, we were like just waiting to get in, and this guy comes along, 2 bottles of Cobra in his hand. And it was like, "Are you guys waiting to get in?" He was like, "Yeah." We were like, "Yeah, we're just about to get in." He's like, "Oh, you go first then, it's fine." And we're a bit like, "That's a bit weird. Why don't you go? There's only you. You might as well go in first." But he was like, no, it's fine, you go in. So we, like I say, we've got to left the table, and after about fucking half an hour of like looking at the menu and no one drinking beer, we were like, I texted my missus where we were. She's like, "Yeah, it says bring your own beer." I was like, "Oh yeah, that'll be why." That's why that guy came in with his own beer then. So Arnie decides to fuck off to the shop nearby, and because obviously they're right next to a curry place that doesn't serve beer, the beer in there was fucking well expensive. It was, like you could get 3 bottles for a £5 at Tesco, the lagers, isn't it? 3 for a tenner in this shop. I was like, fuck me, that's expensive.
In my experience, they probably got done for having illegals in the place, and they lost their license.
Yeah,
That's what normally happens.
Well, maybe they served underage. I don't know who something. Maybe, but yeah, or maybe they just couldn't be asked to spend the extra fucking God knows how many thousands of pounds a year it costs to get a license.
They'd recoup that back, surely.
I don't know.
Unless they were buying it from the shop around the corner.
It was busy in there without a license. To be honest, it was good. It was a night, and the meat. It was like really highly recommended, and the lamb chops were fucking banging as a starter. That was really good. Okay. And I had chana meat for main course. That was really nice as well. So chickpeas and meat. They didn't have they did have a few like named curries, but it was just like meat.
Yeah.
It's a bit nondescript, whatever
I
that
don't
is,
know
but
what
yeah,
sort
that was
of
all
meat he
nice.
was having.
It was a lamb, I think, mutton or whatever, but yeah, it
Okay.
was good. So when we left there, I got onto the Google Maps, and there was like, there's 2 pubs in here, both nearby, both rated 4.3 on Google. So I was like, one of them's just down this road straight ahead. I don't know where the other one is, so we just went down there. It's called the Good Samaritan. Didn't have a clue what it was going to be like when we walked in. It was just quite highly rated, and there were like 3 people in there when we walked in. It's like, nice and clean pub though, jukebox, TVs and that. Cricket was on when we got in there. Arnie gets around in, 6 drinks by this point. I was like, how much is that? It's like 22 quid. I was like, fuck me, we're staying here. 22 quid for 6 drinks in London? That was well cheap.
That's cheap, mate.
It was cheap from around here, let alone be in London. Sumi's in the chat. Hey, Sumi.
Now, who else turned up?
So, yeah, the only other... So we had me, Fraser, Mike Chin, Dave, Matt Griffiths, Fraser's cousin, and Arnie, Matt Arnold.
Right.
So it's just the 6 of us, and we proceeded. The people who were drinking, well, me and Arnie and Matt, got pretty trashed. Dave was super sensible because he was drinking proper beers, wasn't he? Like we went in there, they had Peroni on tap, and I was like, uh-oh. So I drank quite a lot of Peroni, and I missed out on the first round of Jägermeister. But yeah, the Jaeger bombs came out, and that's where it all sort of went a bit wrong.
What were the other 2 drinking then?
Well,
Coke.
I think Chinny's on Coke, and Fraser was on his club sodas. I went and ordered a club soda, and it came back, and it was like, it was orange juice and fucking soda water. I was like, that's not a club soda. But it was like, I said to Brooks, if you don't want it, he said he'd change it. But he drank it, I think. But yeah, that's what you get when you drink weird drinks that no one's like. 'Cause you're in a pub, bring a fucking drink. But
and what time did you vacate the premises?
Well, I don't know, is the honest answer. I remember the Formula 1 was on telly, and I assume it finished. I can only go back, and I had to do like detective
7,
work.
So that would have been 9 o'clock.
Yeah, I had to do that like next day detective work when you look through your phone and all the messages and phone calls that have been happened, and work out where you were when those things happened to know what sort of time I got anywhere.
And what was the video that appeared on WhatsApp of you?
The video was me once I'd got home with my me just. I've just fucking lost it by that point. I was just laughing constantly. My daughter was on the phone. I don't know how I would have got home without Dave. I've got to be honest. Like, I was that fucking wasted. But so fair play to Dave.
Was he stop your stop then?
No, he's on the same
train line. Did he
just
kick you off? Right, so he just kicked you off when you got.
Yeah. So I don't remember any. I don't remember leaving, and I don't remember being really on the train at all. I don't remember any of the tube journeys to get back to Euston at all. Don't really remember getting on the train or any of that. I remember watching the Formula 1 in the pub, and then the next thing I remember is being able to see my wife's number plate at the top of the staircase. Apparently, my wife saw me at the top of the staircase, looking through her rearview mirror, turned around, pressed the button to turn the engine on, and then looked back, and I was at the bottom of the stairs. On my face.
Oh dear. No one witnessed this.
Well, there's a couple of old boys apparently helping me up. I don't remember any of this.
Okay.
But the next few, like, my elbow still hurt. Well, I don't know exactly. Right. I don't know if I went down I don't think I went down on my arse because I multiple steps I think I probably just ragdolled it down the stairs. So because I've got pains. I had pains in my head, pains around my back, pains on my elbows.
Right.
So yeah, bit of a fucking mess, really. Don't recommend it. Could have ended up anywhere.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I've been a bit out of practice on heavy drinking on a sesh out of the house. I do drink when we're on the show. I'll drink until 3 o'clock in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't drink anything other than beer. Once the Jaeger.
And you're sitting in a comfy chair when all this is going on.
And I've only got to get up the stairs, not downstairs.
Oh,
so yeah, Dave might be able to fill in a bit more of what happened on the journey home, but yeah, it was a good day. Let's put it that way. It was a good crack. And then when I got home, I demanded more beer from my wife after fucking basically virtually killing myself on the way down the stairs. I was like, please just get me some more beer. I was like, I really obviously didn't need any more beer.
Oh,
I just needed to go to bed. But
what I say, I was
yeah,
gutted.
she got me some more beer, bless her, and I drank about 2 mouthfuls, I reckon. And I told Arnie the same story about 10 times about falling down the stairs while I was on the chat with him in Discord after we got home.
Oh, right, in the evening. Oh, Christ.
Yeah.
Oh, well, okay.
So it was a good day. And yeah, we need to, well, I guess we could probably do it without Fraser, but we need
I was going to say, I can come to Milton Keynes anytime, mate. Let's not.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't mind going back down there. That was a good place to go. It was, like I say, it wasn't crazy money. Oh, it's like Dave's fucking train journey was almost double mine, and it doesn't feel like it's double the distance from London, from Northampton to here. But
yeah. It's about 30 minutes from mine on the train into Liverpool Street.
Well, that's it.
But you've got to get to Euston and then across.
Well, I
to
got a
Liverpool
travel
Street
card.
as well.
I got a travel card, and it was £21 for a travel card.
Thieving bastards.
That was all right. It's cheap.
It is, but it's only £2 a journey on with the Oyster. Oh, you wouldn't have had an Oyster card, would you?
No, I wouldn't need an Oyster card. I don't go in London often enough.
See, we've got Oyster cards, so when we go, we just swipe it, and it takes a couple of quid off each journey.
Well, you can just tap your card on everything, can't you?
You can do, yeah. You can use your card now, but I'm always wary of what they're fucking charging you.
Yeah.
Oyster cards a set amount. I've never used my card. Just put my card in to see how much it would cost compared. Yeah. I assume they charge you the same, but
I did a full day for like less than £100, so that was an alright bit of money.
Okay, that's what I would expect to spend on a.
Yeah, exactly. It was a full session,
food and
full session.
And a jolly,
a meal and a good old session
in London,
and getting there. So yeah, less than £100 it cost me. So I was happy with that.
Well, I'm taking 500 euros to France with me, and I'm not expecting to come back with any. So most of that will be on beer.
Got to be done, isn't it? Yeah. Bit of Kronenberg, are you? While you're over there, Kronenberg in France is really nice.
Beers this Flandres.
Oh, that's rubbish.
I'll be drinking there.
That's rubbish.
Yeah, but when you're drinking literally from like 10 o'clock in the morning till 3 o'clock in the morning.
Well, you can't have anything too strong, can you? You don't want to be falling down any stairs, would you?
Oh, especially when you've got to be traipsing around race circuit for 10 hours a day as well.
Oh man. Yeah. It's been a long time since I was that drunk, I have to say. I'm not proud of it, but it was a good crack.
You are proud of it.
I'm not proud. I'm certainly not proud. My kids have never seen me like that, ever.
Oh,
but they felt it was hilarious.
If you do come down, mate, you'll have
taking
to bring
videos
Dave
and pictures and
sending
it to all their mates. It was fucking great for them, but yeah. Anyway.
Right, come on, what else you done then?
So I've been watching a bit of TV stuff. I finished watching Severance on the Apple TV. I don't know if you've watched that. You should watch it. It's very good. It's a bit weird to start with, but yeah, final episode was a right banger. I was like, oh.
I haven't got Apple TV at the moment, so
it's only £5 a month. You want to buy if you buy a new iPhone? I'm assuming you're going to buy another iPhone at some point.
Yeah, I'm due one actually. Yeah, I am due one, but I'm gonna have to start tightening the old purse strings, mate.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So what else? What else you got? Is that Star Trek? What's that?
We've got Paramount Plus because it's now part of Sky Cinema, which we're already paying for. So they've added Paramount Plus, which is where the Halo TV show is.
Yeah.
So I ain't watched Halo TV show. I did watch the first episode of the new Star Trek thing, which has got Captain Pike, as in the original Enterprise captain.
Okay.
And then there's
I do like a bit of Star Trek.
Lieutenant Kirk is in it, but I don't think I've actually seen him. I don't know unless he was the guy right at the end. He might have been the.
What's your favourite Star Trek?
The one I watched the most was Next Generation. I didn't really watch that.
Oh, okay.
Or Voyager.
I watched. Yeah, that was good. Voyager was good.
I didn't like her.
That's the latest one, isn't it?
No. Discovery's the most recent one.
Is it?
I
That's the
think.
one with the black
With
girl that's
Michael.
yeah, yeah. Is
Yeah.
that what's that
She's
on
half
now then?
Vulcan,
Because I
isn't she?
haven't
I think that's now
yeah,
on
that's it,
Paramount
yeah.
Plus. Everything Star Trek is on Paramount Plus.
Oh, that's a bit annoying because
Mm.
I like the first 2 seasons of that. I've got to get
Um,
fucking Now TV again then, haven't I? Great.
I don't know. It's on the cinema part of Sky. I don't know if it's on now.
Mm,
So yeah, I didn't have to pay anything extra, so it was all there.
right.
So yeah, that seemed all right. Yeah, Next Generation is the one I watched loads of
Okay.
because that was about the right time for me. Oh, Picard
Yeah.
is a new one apparently. That's no, I wouldn't say that's Star Trek. That's a bit shit. Picard. I watched. That's on Amazon.
I watched Picard and never really got into it, but
He's too old. He's like fucking 90.
yeah.
He's not 90, but he's
Yeah.
quite old. Um,
Mm.
but yeah, Discovery was the proper Star Trek that was new, recent.
Yeah, that was good. I like that.
Yeah, it was weird though because it was like sex and swearing and shit in it, wasn't there? I was like, this isn't Star Trek.
Mm.
Um,
Got to get
but
edgy, mate. That's how you
yeah, I
get the
don't think
audience
this
in.
feels a bit more like OG Star Trek for the modern day era. So
Okay,
because they're all like,
right.
obviously it's like early Federation, so there's like First Contact and all that sort of stuff with these.
Mm.
So it feels like I say, OG Star Trek, but a bit more modern, like for the modern era, because like that was all like it's well shady. Like the old original Star Trek now is
Right.
proper old.
Oh,
So yeah.
The Wheel of Time. That
Mm.
program I was talking about
Oh
3
yeah,
hours ago. The
yeah.
Wheel of Time.
I
That's
have
quite
seen that
good.
advertised.
It
I
was
have
very
seen that
Game of
advertised.
Thrones.
Right. Well, loads of sex and stuff.
No, but there was a
Just
lot of
gore.
the like winter's coming, the this is coming. It was very
We knew it
similar.
was coming. That's a blatant rip off of Game of Thrones, obviously.
Yeah. So yeah, but it was good though. It's good. I don't know if there's going to be another one, but yeah, that was.
Oh, I don't know.
I was trying to think of the girl who was in it. Oh,
Can't
she's
think.
lovely.
Is
Oh, the
that
one that
Christopher
used
Lloyd?
to.
Christopher Lloyd? Is he in?
It's the girl, the main girl in it. She was the. Do you remember James Bond when she had there was a fencing girl. She was quite young
Fucking
then,
hell.
but it's one of the Daniel Craig ones. She was a fencer, posh thing, little cutie. It was his.
Spencer.
It was his. It must have been the
No,
first Daniel
what,
Craig film.
Casino Royale? Was that the fencing one?
No, that wasn't his first one, was it?
No, that was his first one.
Anyway, she was in it. I don't know what her name is, but she's lovely.
All
But
right.
yeah, very Game of Thronesy,
Okay.
with a bit
I
more
might have to have a look
fantasy.
at that.
It was all right. I watched the whole season in a day, so it can't have been that
There's
bad,
not,
can
like I
it?
say, there's like the Game of Thrones prequel is coming soon
All right.
on Sky Atlantic, and there's some Lord of the Rings thing coming on later this year. Gollum, is that the thing?
Mm,
Gollum?
mm,
Yeah, anyway.
uh, anyway,
So that's about our watch. I've only watched the first one of Star Trek. Finished Severance. Severance is a definite must watch.
all
Real
right.
good.
I
Like
might get a month
it does
of.
feel a bit slow to start with. I will warn you of
And you
that.
still haven't seen
And you
Schmigadoon?
no, I'm not watching that. It's fucking singing and bollocks, isn't it? I don't do the singing.
Mm, gonna keep saying it till you watch it.
Well, I want
Oh
to watch
my
that
god,
For All Mankind thing that's on there.
tumble dryer! I forgot all
Washing
about my
machine.
tumble dryer.
Was it a washing
My
machine or
tumble
was it a
dryer.
tumble dryer?
Tumble dryer.
All right.
Right. You may remember about 6 months ago, I was telling me towels and woe and my tumble dryer packed up. And the bloke come in and took the whole thing
Yeah.
apart, fitting the door, and then about 3 weeks later, the belt snapped. Well, the fucking belt snapped in my tumble dryer last week. So
Did you buy an
I
official
phoned.
aftermarket part for the belt, or did you buy like a third party replacement when you
No,
replaced it?
it was still under warranty. It was only 3 months
Oh,
old. So the guy come and fit from Hot Point, come and fitted a new thing. So anyway, 6 months later, the belt's gone again. It's 1 month out of warranty because I bought it last May.
oof.
But the part that has gone, they only replaced 6 months ago. So I phones up and I said, "Fucking belt's gone again. What you can do about it?" "Oh." sorry, Mr. Reed, it's out of warranty by 3 weeks. I said, I know that, but you only fitted the fucking part in November, and that's the part that's now gone again. Well, we only guarantee the work until the warranty runs out.
Mm.
Right, brilliant. So you're telling me that every 6 months I've got to spend £130 on getting a new belt fitted to my tumble dryer because this is the second one that's gone and it's a year old. Oh, it shouldn't be going like that, sir. Right. So what are you going to do? Well, here's your options. You can pay £130 to have the engineer come out and fit you a new belt, or you can pay £120, £10 a month, to have an extended guarantee. So what do you think I've done?
Fixed it
Now
yourself,
cost me
hopefully.
no, because I knew I couldn't fix it myself. Because I don't know whether you remember, but when I showed you a picture of the bloke fixing it, he literally took the whole fucking thing apart.
Yeah,
Get this
that's what I had
belt
to do
on.
when I put my new belt on my
Right.
tumble dryer.
Well, there's no way I was going to take that bastard thing apart.
Well,
So apparently, because it's now not under the manufacturer's guarantee, it's under General Electric's warranty, even though the bloke that turns up's got fucking Whirlpool Hotpoint written on his fan. The work that is carried out under the extended guarantee is guaranteed for a year. So
from
if
the
the
date
belt
it was
snaps
done.
again, is yes. Whereas previous work done under the
Bit
guarantee is only
dodgy.
guaranteed until the guarantee runs out.
Sounds like a
So I
racket, this
said,
does.
well, if it doesn't bother me now, because it was going to cost me 130 quid to have a new belt fitted, and now it's cost me 120 quid for another year's guarantee. So I said, you better hope that fucking thing don't go again, because you'll be back here in 6 months' time fitting another one. And they said, well, it should be all right this time. I said, that's what you said last time. But after a week of using it, there's a little pile of dust on the floor because the fucking belt started stripping within a week. And they told me, oh, it's because it's a new belt, sir. That's normal.
Mm.
Well, 6 months later, fucking thing's gone again, isn't it? So it's obviously not normal. But it's cost me 120 quid.
For a couple of years of that, you could buy yourself a new fucking tumble dryer.
Yeah, but the trouble is, if it goes in 6 months' time again, that's another 120 quid I've got to fork out, isn't it?
Don't buy Hotpoint, I think, is the moral of this story.
Mm. And
my
I
tumble
looked
dryer
at
that I fixed, it sounded well ropey. I was like, I had it on the other week. I was like, that does not sound fucking good at all. But it only cost me £6 to fix mine.
Yeah, well, like I say, when I saw it when he took it apart last time, I thought there's no way I'm going to get.
I'm like holding the drum, and it's like fucking like suspended, and it looks worse than it is, I guess. But if you're feeling a bit rough and that, still, I don't suppose it.
No, but he took the top off, the back off,
Yeah.
the bottom's sealed. You had to take the bottom off. There was literally nothing left of the fucking thing.
That's
And
what I was
thought,
like. Both
"Oh, I'm
sides
not."
and the back and the fucking top and everything. It was all off, and then you put it all back together. It don't take
But
long.
yeah, the belt was. I looked online and I could have bought a belt for 12 quid.
Yeah,
But
that's the bit that takes the piss.
But at least I know now that if it goes wrong again, it can go wrong fucking twice now, and it doesn't matter because they've got to come out and fix it. So,
Yeah, well, since the
right.
tumble dryer started standing well fucking ropey, I've barely used it. Literally, I haven't used it personally in like fucking about a month. And everything's just getting on line dried. I don't give a fuck if the towels feel like shit anymore or anything else. It's just like tough. We're not fucking spending the money on the tumble dryer anymore. But my wife used it the other day to dry one of my son's fucking school jumpers or something. And she was like, I said, what does it sound like? She said, yeah, it sounded pretty bad. So,
I've had a house for like 30 years. I've only ever had 2 tumble dryers. The first one lasted like 15 years. The second one lasted similar time. And the only reason I got rid of it. Yeah, the only reason we got rid of it was because when we moved into the new house, the utility room didn't have a vent for the and I didn't want
My
to
house
drill
didn't
a
have a
fucking
vent
great.
either, but I got when we had a bathroom done, I got the guys to drill a fuck off great big hole in the side of the
I
house to
didn't want to
fucking
drill a
vent it.
fucking great big hole in the side of my brand new house, so I just bought a condenser tumble dryer.
Yeah, you
So
can get heat pump
but,
ones now.
yeah, they're fucking expensive, mate. I thought
Yeah,
350 quid for a tumble dryer was a lot of money. Them heat
they're
exchange
about
ones are
well,
about 800 quid.
you can get one for about 450. A Beco,
Can you?
get a Beco for 450
Oh,
or whatever.
okay, yeah. Well, I would
You just have
say
to
I
cover
wouldn't
it
buy a
up if when
Beco,
everyone
but
comes around your house. Obviously, you don't want anyone knowing you've got a
I
Beco, would
would
you?
say I wouldn't buy a Beco, but it probably I could have
Seems better than a
bought
hot point.
I could have bought three of them.
Exactly.
I'm not going to say anything, but my Samsung washing machine is absolutely it's like a fucking it's like next generation, mate. That's a fair old piece of kit. That is.
Does
I'm
it
happy
go
with
at warp speed?
that.
It's just like, oh, it's got like spins. It's got like 800, 1200, 1600 warp.
It does go. That's a good tumble dryer. That's
It
that
sends you
holds
close to
11.
another dimension and they fucking come back dry.
That's got an 11 kilo drum in it. It's
Oh, that's
fucking
fucking
massive.
hoofing, that is.
Yeah, which
Still not big
not going
enough
to
for you,
say
though.
too much, but the tumble dryer is only 8 kilos, which might
Yeah.
be why
I
why the
suspect that's
belt
what's my
keeps
problem is
snapping.
here, to be honest. It's like, I've got I think it's a 9 kilo washer, but my tumble dryer is only like 7. I think that might be why the belt keeps fucking up in the tumble dryer.
Yeah, I'm beginning to think that might be my problem as well. But
It's the towels. That's the only fucking thing that goes in there. They weigh a fucking ton when they're wet.
we've got
Anyway, enough
anyway,
domestic
come on.
bollocks.
Yeah, that's what they come in for, mate. That's
Yeah.
they all switch off in a minute when we start talking about the old
Start talking
games
about
we're
something. We'll
playing.
keep it to a minimum.
I thought it was going to be a
I
quick one
think Mike.
tonight.
I think Mike said last week. He said you might as well just fucking bin off the video games and just keep talking bollocks about everything else.
It's definitely the best bit, mate. When you
Yeah.
see what I've been playing. Right, are you done?
Well, I'm done. I'm done on my bollocks.
Okay, then let's go on to what is it, hour and a half. Let's talk about some video games.
Is it really an hour and a
Okay,
half?
go on. You go first. We'll do a little one for one. You do one. I'll do one.
All right,
Then I can
cool.
rest my
So
voice.
I'll talk about the game that we've been talking about the last few weeks a little bit. I won't talk too long because I haven't played it loads, but we're still banging on the Vampire Survivors. Making a bit more progress and are finding out a few more bits and pieces. It's had a couple of patches recently as well. They've added more characters. And if you're on our Discord, you may have seen that Fraser posted an update from the developer where they're moving the game to a new engine to help with the slowdown that they experience at the end of your runs, because it just gets fucking bonkers with the amount of stuff that's on screen.
All right.
Um,
It's only like a little like 8-bit type game, though, isn't it? It's
well,
nothing.
that's probably 16-bit. Really. It's a bit more. They
Yeah,
like
but
this is the thing. It looks pretty basic, but like the other day, one of my runs. What did I kill? I killed something like 60,000 enemies in just over about half an hour. So, and a lot of that was towards the end where it was just got fucking insane. And I did see a magazine article. There's another game called 20 Minutes Until Dawn, which is a shoot 'em up where you actually control where things shoot. And that, like someone wrote an article, is that the real victory is when you get it to completely fucking stagger and not actually run the game properly. That's the real win in these games, is when it basically breaks the fucking game completely. But yeah, it continues to be the game that I play every couple of days, every 2 or 3 days, to just pass the time. Like if I've got nothing better to do, I'm like, I'll just slap that on, see what I can do, see what I can find out this week. And like I say, I had a mad run going where I had picked up. I've got to a point where I've unlocked all this other stuff that you don't know about when you first start the game. And one of the things that I unlocked, basically, if you kill, this just happens anyway. Like every so often, there's like this candlesticks and shit lying around, and some of them, when you break them, they'll drop a coin, or they'll drop something else or whatever, like a piece of chicken to eat. to give you health. And occasionally they drop like a red coin bag. And I had this thing that every time I picked up a red coin bag, I'd get gold fever. And it would just go fucking... everything you killed would be dropping fucking coins, and were like... Instead of picking up little one at a two at a time, it was just going like hundreds at a time. So this run, I racked up something like 20 odd thousand coin in one run, which is just ridiculous compared to like the few, maybe a couple of thousand you get in a run if you go in at some. But yeah, it was just bonkers. And every time, one of the other things it did was every time I picked up coins, I healed. So I'd keep going on these gold fever runs, picking up fucking shitloads of coins and having like just charging through all the enemies, because every time I took damage, I would just be picking up the coins and healing back up straight away. So I was like taking basically no damage and just fucking hoovering up shitloads of money. But when it got to the 30-minute mark, I died within 3 seconds because the big bad death comes in. I didn't have the right gear to fucking last. And I was looking through the Steam community pages, and I see someone like people post pictures and stuff. Someone posted a picture. Their run was something 1,250 minutes or something. I can't remember what it was. It's 21 hours. I was like,
what? And you can't get past half an hour?
Well, I've done 32 minutes and a bit is my longest.
Right. So what happens after when you died? What if you'd have got past that bit? What happens? You said the big boss come down after half hour.
There's one big boss that comes in and he just fucking beeline straight at you, and he'll just do so much damage to you that if you like, he'll kill you within 3 seconds of him appearing.
Yeah.
Then I have revives, which might come back, and then he'll kill you again. Like I basically got one revive, it killed me again 3 seconds later on that mad run. The longest I lasted was 32.5 minutes, and there's a few things like I had, which meant like I had a shield, which prevented him from doing the damage immediately on me, and I had a thing that froze him in place, so I could just run away for a bit. So and that's the way I extended my run before. Plus, I had like 3 revives. That's how I did my longest run. It is possible to kill them, and the run that I saw, it was like a fucking over 1,000 minutes long. And they'd killed. Oh, what was it? Something like. I think they picked up something like 8 million coins or something stupid in that time. It was fucking ridiculous. I'm like, how can you even play that game for 21 hours?
So if you kill this boss that killed you, what happens after
another one, I think, turns up.
Right, okay. It's just keep coming.
Well, I saw a picture on the Steam community. There was fucking loads of them. When it gets bonkers with loads of the basic enemies at the end of the game, I saw a picture and there was just loads of the death characters.
Right,
the big boss, so you just get more and more of them at the end. But there's obviously ways and means to basically survive this bit.
Right.
And
it is something you can learn, or is it more?
Yeah. Well, I'm trying not to read the spoilers on that shit.
Okay.
So you could just go and Google it and find out, or watch some YouTube videos and find out. But I don't really. That's not the fun for me. The fun of the game is working out like the combinations and all that shit.
Yeah.
So, it does. Like I say, it looks like a super basic game, but that's it's like the puzzle aspect is the interesting part of it. Like trying to work out what things work together really well, and all that sort of stuff. And that's like where all the longevity of the game is for me. Because I could just, like I say, I could just read it all up, but there's a load of stuff I keep unlocking, new stuff that you don't even know about when you first start the game. So it seems like a very basic game to start with, and it is basically. But there's loads of stuff that you don't even know about at the beginning that turns up later on in the game when you have to fucking find it and stuff. So. It's still very cool and works on a Mac. I'll just let you know. It's £2. £2.9p.
Oh,
works on
really?
Mac. Yeah.
Because I keep seeing you lot playing it. I'm thinking, I wouldn't mind having a go at that.
£2.9p and it works on the Mac. So through Steam.
On Steam.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Well, I've got a Steam account, so I think I've still got Steam installed. So I might have a look at that.
Just don't use a tumble dryer for a week. You've paid for it.
Fucking hell, that thing use £2 every 10 minutes, doesn't it?
I don't know. It seems like it. Another game that's been updated to work on Mac recently. You may have heard of it. Inscription.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I bet it's still like 20 quid though.
It's on 30% off, I think, this week. So it's about a
Okay.
tenner.
Still seems like a lot of money to me.
Tenner.
Okay, I'll have a look.
So that's enough of that. That's enough of Vampire Survivors. I'll still be dabbling and working more stuff out as the weeks go
Okay.
by, I should think, because I don't. It will be take ages to find out everything I think that's going on in that game without just searching it all up.
Okay, right.
What you
I'll
got
do the
next?
next one and then I'll do the next one because I ain't going to be able to talk for
Yeah.
constantly with my game. So Borderlands 3, I have well, I actually finished it a couple of weeks ago, but obviously didn't get on the show to talk about it. I finished Borderlands 3. I did as much of the side quests that I could before finishing. But in the end, after 80 odd hours, I just got fed up and just went and finished the story. It's Borderlands. It's bloody good. The guns I've got are absolutely ridiculous now. I was just wasting everything. It took me like seconds to kill the final boss. And funnily enough, I finished at level 48 or 49, my character, but I was still using a couple of legendary guns I picked up like about level 20 because they were so stupid. It was ridiculous. I got to a point where I'd upgraded all my like how much ammo I could carry because I'd got so much money. I've got like millions and millions of pounds, um, and so I've upgraded everything. And I finished it, but there's an end in the game. You're supposed to carry on playing it, or you can. I think Dave was saying there's like this mayhem level where you just keep adding up
What's
multipliers
the
and
thing
stuff to
called?
make it
There's like
harder
the.
and harder.
Oh,
It's like
so
it's got an online thing. It's got instances in it where you can just sort of bit like Destiny, where you just still pile into an area
right.
and it starts to count down and all that shit. But once I finished the story, there was a couple of things that I hadn't done in the side quests, and I went back to do them. But I was so overpowered, it was just
Yeah, it's just
pointless
boring in a way.
because
Isn't
I
it?
was just running through it and getting to the end. But the trouble is, there's a lot of them are like repeat things. Once you've done it once, there's like this thing where you have to go and deliver burgers around the map. And once you've done it once, it still keeps appearing and you just keep doing it again and again. So it never really doesn't disappear off of your list. So, and I couldn't be asked to do things like that. I'm not going to play it on like PvP.
Vault
And
Hunter mode, isn't it? It's called or something.
yeah, yeah. um, so there's two things. You can start the game again on Vault Hunter, and you keep all your level, and so whatever level you're on, that's what your enemies are. And you can fast track the story because most of the fast travel places are still unlocked, even though you haven't got there yet.
Mm.
When you do get there, it's then unlocked. You haven't got to go around the whole map and do all these other bits to unlock shit. So you can do it really quick. But I couldn't be. I've played it so much, I just couldn't be asked to play it
8 hours
again. It
is a
might
good
have only took
sesh.
me. Yeah, it might have took me only a few hours to just literally go through it again. But I started it and I thought, I've done this before. I can't be asked to do it again. But and then this other thing, you can go back onto your previous because it starts you can choose whether you want to do it when you start the game up. Each time you can choose whether you want to go to the vault um, master, whatever it is level, or you can do this mayhem thing. So the mayhem one is just you're in the same world, your original world. You've still done everything, but you can then redo other stuff, and you just get, depending on what levels you change your multipliers, you just get way better stuff. But I'm not fucking bothered about
Mm.
getting better guns. So to keep doing the same shit just to get a better gun is just pointless, isn't it? So I'm done with it.
Yeah, I
But
don't think the
I
guns have
definitely
any real personality, do they?
no,
And there's no
they do some.
PvP to be speaking of, is there?
Yeah, there is. Yeah, yeah, you can do multiplayer in just fighting. You can do
What, like a
PvP. You
team
can do
deathmatch type things?
in arenas and shit.
Hmm.
Because they have these little arenas where you can do waves of stuff, but you can also do it with or against other people.
Do the
And you can
guns,
have
you
people.
get to take those
You,
guns in, like anything you've used in single player, you still get to take them in.
yes, yeah. Any character you've leveled up, you can use any character. You can use any guns. But it's like Destiny. You just keep up and up and up in your glimmer and all that
Hmm.
shit, and it's pointless, really. It's just for the. I mean, who would sit and play Destiny for hours and hours and hours
Oh, I
on
don't know.
it? So I definitely got my money's worth, but as soon as I'd finished it, I knew that was it. I was done, which is why I tried to do as much because they are good. The stories, some of the side quests are better than the
Yeah.
characters you meet, and the stories is just batshit crazy. A lot of them are better than the main story. So, and there's a lot of toing and froing, backwards and forth in. So I tried to accept as many quests as I could, but then while I was in one area, you can do another quest and sort of tick them off as you're going along in that little space. Otherwise, you're forever going backwards and forwards up to your ship and then coming back down and going to a different
Mm,
world and just constantly fucking in loading screens. So I
yeah.
did as much as I could before moving on.
So is this
But
not a
yeah,
Series X game then?
yeah, it's still got loading screens though. It's got a Series X update, but I mean they're not as long as they would
Yeah.
be on if you played it on a normal Xbox,
That'll
but
be
they've still
fucking
got
weeks
them.
long if you play it on the Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean it's only like 5 seconds. You go out to the
Mm.
area, you press X, it starts the transition, it puts you a little loading screen, and then
Oh,
you're in.
mate, that was like
But
playing Destiny on the Xbox One, which I did for years, and then I played it on PC, and every fucking loading screen was just like,
yeah,
well, that didn't take very long. It was ridiculous.
I
But
mean I've said before when I used to play Call of Duty on my old Xbox, it wouldn't even load in my team before the game would start. But now, straight in, bang,
mm,
you're up and running. I'm normally because it has like a countdown for the when the game's gonna, when it puts you in your lobby and everyone's parachuting down. It starts off like with about a minute and a half countdown. I used to get into that when it was on like about 20 seconds.
yeah,
But now, as soon as it starts, I come in straight away at like 120 minutes, 120 seconds or whatever. But I never even used to fucking get the game would start sometimes before I'd even got
yeah.
into the come and have a little piss about till it starts sort of thing. So I know what it's like. It's just so much different now. I'm assuming PC's the same.
Oh, well, I mean, that was the sort of the big benefit of being on PC versus the old PS4 and Xbox Ones
Yeah.
was
But
you had
obviously
a
now
taste
it's a
of
bit
this future that you've got now, or the current that you've got now. It's
yeah,
like everything just was fucking loads quicker. You'd have to pay for the
yeah,
money to get the equipment to deal with it, but like we've been running SSDs for like fucking years on
yeah.
PCs, and
So it's totally transformed. That's
people
one of
would like butcher their PS4s and stick like the old style SSDs in and get a much faster load time, but they were still restricted by the architecture of the consoles a bit. Whereas like I
Can
say, it
I
was
just
just
point out that you've
transformative.
not mentioned any PS5 games this week? Any
Well,
reason for that?
give me a fucking minute, will you?
Well, you're not playing
I've only
fucking
talked
Halo
about
on
one fucking
PS5, are
game in the
you?
last 2 hours that we've been going, or whatever. Um,
Right, I'll just because I've got a couple more than you. So I was just going to say, Sniper Elite 5. I finally fired that up the other day because I absolutely loved 4. Played it to death, finished it, did everything on it. I did not get it. I played it for about an hour and just couldn't get into it. I don't know why, because it's exactly the same game.
yeah, but the maps are fucking massive now, aren't they?
The map was, yeah, it was massive. So I think I perhaps wasn't in the right frame of mind to have a
Maybe.
concentrate and keep looking at zooming down with binoculars and sneaking around type
Yeah, I
game.
wasn't
So
doing much
I
sneaking. I got my Sniper Elite was not very snipery when I was playing it. It was
mm,
just like, oh, I really like. oh, there's the noise. I'll try and hide my shot. Do that, miss, and then go, oh, fuck. And then they all fucking know anyway, because it's like, oh, what was that?
Yeah.
And then fucking about 20 dudes comes chasing after you. It's like,
So I
guess I'll
give it
get
a
my
go, and
Thompson
I
out and just
probably
fucking Call of Duty style it then.
I was crawling about in grass and shit, but people were still seeing me, and I
Mm.
couldn't see them, and I didn't understand. There was this bit where I had to go and take these like a big sort of tower out. It was only in the start of the game, so that was one of the first missions. And every time I went anywhere near it, there was people spotting me. You know, the little red
Yeah,
thing would come up and start saying, "Oh, they can see you." And I'm thinking, I can't see anybody. Where the fuck are these people that are seeing
yeah.
me? I'm crawling through grass and they can still see me. So
Oh, I
I
can
don't
see
know
all the
how
grass
far
moving.
away I was. I don't know how far away I was supposed to fucking be from them to be able to shoot them. But you can't shoot something you can't see. But anyway,
Yeah,
I'll go back to it at some point because I did love the
I'm
last one.
similar.
I've played all of them.
Yeah, I've only
So
played. I've never finished any of them, and I was like, the
mm,
latest one's definitely feels like a bit of a step up graphically and everything. But
mm,
I think it's more. There's definitely, but well, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, and I'm just shit at being sneaky. But there's definitely just gone to shit and gone. Let's get the fucking
yeah,
assault
oh,
rifle out.
definitely, yeah. I haven't done anything. I haven't managed to do any of the challenges without
Mm,
being alerted. And the previous game, I was just creeping around, shooting, go up to the top of a cliff,
yeah,
shoot someone across the other side of the map, and take everyone out before you had to
shoot
get
someone in
in.
the bollocks.
Yeah, there's still all that stuff still in there, but yeah, I'll go back to it. Go on then. What you got next?
Um, what should we do next? Right, I'll do a couple of little ones because I've been playing Halo every day for fuck knows how long since it came out, pretty much. So I'm still doing that.
Still
Um,
playing it.
I played in the end. I was like weighing it up, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'm going to pay for the season pass," because I'd already got to like level 20 odd without paying for it, and I was like, "You know what? Fuck it, I'm going to buy it." I'm at about level 49 of the season pass now. Um, I've used a couple of the XP double XP boost things because I didn't realize I had fucking about 50 of them sitting on my account. So I was just like, one day I just normally only play like a couple of games a day, but the one day I was just like, fuck it. I banged on a double XP booster and I played for like an hour and a half, and I was actually just really enjoying it. Just
Right.
multiplayer in it. Um, the current mode is that land grab thing back.
Okay.
What was? Well, no, it was last up to Tuesday. It was land grab. It was like the seasonal, like there every comes. There's like the seasonal event on top of the season pass. There's like the 4 weeks throughout the season pass. They have a special event week, and it was land grab called the Fracture, whatever it's fucking called at the minute.
Yeah.
It was that week, so I was playing land grab constantly, which was a mode that wasn't there at the beginning when it first came out. And I quite like that mode. It's quite good. So it's a similar sort of
Okay.
King of the Hill type thing, but
Right.
you get 3 zones. I did say this last week. I think 3 zones appear. You've only got to go in there for like, I don't know, it feels maybe like 10 seconds to capture that point. The point then disappears, and every time those 3 points that's appeared have gone, then 3 more come up, and then till it gets towards the end, you've only got to get 11 points to win the game. But when you get to like nearer, they only spawn 2 points, and if it gets to 10-10, which it has done multiple times, they only spawn 1 point. So there's just fucking mayhem over this 1 point where like grenades are fucking going in, everyone's fighting over that 1 point, and yeah, it feels fucking good. That game mode's really good. Creates a lot of good combat scenarios and stuff, and yeah, it's a bit more forgiving. I think playing some game modes is fucking painful, but because it's just all the hardcore in there, and you're getting fucking
Mm.
murdered. Like when I get my because the way the season pass works, you have to complete the challenges to get your XP. You don't get XP for playing a game. Well, you get a little bit of XP for playing every game you play. It starts off at 300 and then drops quite quickly to 50 per game. On top of that, you get these challenges, and it's like kill 10 Spartans in PvP, and then it'll be like kill a Spartan with the Mangler. I'm like, ugh. So you can swap them out, but they're a limited pool of swaps. I've got down to about 8 swaps left now because I'll be like, I look at a couple of them, I'm like, fuck that, I'm not doing that. Swap it. Because if you do all of the challenges in a week, you get a bonus thing at the end. This week's is some stupid helmet attachment. I'm like, I probably ain't too bothered. But last week was like a skin. I'm like, I quite like skin colours and stuff like that. That's where I want to like look a bit different to whatever's about and stuff like that. I've got a pretty cool looking Spartan now, I have to say. My guys look pretty cool. Got flaming arms and stuff and all that shit. So I look pretty cool. And then I did dabble a bit back of the old Elder Scrolls Online. Just chipping away, doing a few quests. It's like a nice little, nothing too stressful. Play a bit of. I'm not going to say I've never really played the Skyrims and the Fallouts. Never really got that far in them. But this has got fucking tons of quests. You can only have 25 going at one point, so I just I'm always got 25 quests on the go.
Right.
And I try and get some finished. I've actually managed to finish a few in the last week. And then, but soon just picking, like, you'd be walking just along, like, finish a quest. Like, I walk on the way to finish a quest, I've passed like 3 new quests. There's fucking so much in that game, it's ridiculous. There's a whole new expansion that's just come out. And I haven't even started on that. I mean, I haven't paid for that, so I don't have that. And there's all this, there is fucking loads in that game, it's mental.
I've tried it at least
it's on
3
Game Pass on
times,
Xbox, isn't it?
And yeah, I know. I keep thinking, I don't know why I don't like it because I love Skyrim. Played it for hours, finished it. But
I think the
just
stories
don't.
are a little bit lightweight, and you don't really care. They're just a bit
I
throwaway.
don't know what. I don't know what to do. I just put it on, and I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know where
The
I'm
problem
supposed
is
to be
there's
going.
so many things to do that it's
overwhelming.
difficult to like just go, I'm just going to fucking do this. And this is what I've been doing recently is like, I've had this quest ages. I am going to fucking just stick on this quest line and fucking get through it and see the end. Because there's loads of fucking story stuff in all these quests.
But is there a path to follow, or do you just click on something and start?
Well, it depends what you've paid for, basically. Because if you've only got like the base game, there's only so many quests. And there's only so many areas you can go to. I've basically got everything up to the most recent expansion.
Right.
Which I haven't bought. So I've got access to all this. Well, I say everything. There's loads of other stuff that you have to be. What's it called? Like you pay a subscription. I can't remember what it's called, and then unlocks a load of other stuff. I'm like, I don't need to do that. I don't need to spend any more money. It cost me like 15 quid to get everything I've got on PC.
Right.
And there's fucking loads to do. So there's like dungeons to do with like single players, and then there's like 4, 5, 6, 10 player dungeons and stuff. But a load of that stuff is locked behind the premium membership. I can't remember what it's fucking called.
Right.
ESO Plus or something like that, whatever it is. But so I ain't doing that. I ain't really interested in doing that. It's like I say, I just don't know what I'm going to do. I'm sat on my computer. I'll boot it up and do some quests, and it's not stressful like other games that I've been playing.
Can someone else join your game? You have to be on a certain level, or do you have to have a certain expansion? Or?
You need to be. Well, the way I've done it is like there's me and Fraser's cousin Matt, our friends through Elder Scrolls. That's the only other friend I've got on there.
Right.
And if he's online, it will show me he's online, and we just join group, and we'll be not necessarily in the same place, but we'll be linked on them. And then we can just like teleport to each other and all that sort of stuff. It's really quite friendly in terms of getting a group together. I don't know what the maximum group size is, but yeah, it seems very easy. And there's like the multiplayer wise, we haven't really done anything. We did a few of the sort of basic multiplayer, but we were so under-leveled, we were just getting beasted. But there's this fucking giant like war mode, 2 sides, fucking hundreds of players and stuff, which looks interesting. So I'm clearly not ready for that. Because I'm just walking around the world to see like this guy's level 1800 and I'm like level 30.
Right, okay.
Yeah, they've got the because you get a mount, or you can have a mount like a horse. You can have a horse, or mine's like a fucking fire-breathing cat or something. I don't fucking know what it is.
Right.
But every day you go on, you can go to the stables and get a free like boost, like a level up for your mount. So there's people like going across the map like on their mounts, like zooming like fucking light speed, and I'm just like a fucking donkey on Red Dead 1. Yeah, so it is an MMO, so it's grindy if you want it to be, but I'm not too bothered about getting too high leveled or anything like that. So it's just quite relaxing to go in that world and just fuck about. And I think it's on sale super cheap on Steam, because Steam summer sale's on, so fucking there's loads of stuff on sale on Steam. And that's about £5 for the base game on Steam. But like I say, it's on Xbox Game Pass and not on PC Game Pass though.
Why is that?
I don't know.
Because they want the subscriptions from the PC players. Obviously, they're more popular.
Finished getting this fucking deal going through, have they yet? They've only just started the deal. It's not gone through. So I assume when they finally do push the deal through, and they do actually own Bethesda, then it'll just be everything. PC Game Pass that works. But they don't own it all yet, do they? So technically.
Don't know. I want the next Call of Duty, so they better get that sorted out.
Well, no, sorry. What am I talking about? They do own Bethesda, don't they? It's Blizzard. They don't.
Yeah, they do. It's Blizzard Activision. They don't.
Yeah, that's the one that's got to go through still. So yeah, I'm talking bollocks. I don't know why it's not in game.
We haven't talked about the big news that's coming to Xbox, have we? Valheim.
What is it going to be? A full game by the time it comes to Xbox?
Well, I assume it'd be finished by then, wouldn't it?
Well, I don't know. It's been taking a long time to get the next bit out. There was quite a bit left to do when we stopped playing it a year ago. Was it a year ago? Maybe
Fraser's still playing it.
Fraser's not fucking playing it. He only fucking joined it massively under-leveled. He was one of the fucking people dragging us down in that final battle because he hadn't leveled enough.
You can't talk about him like that when he's not here, mate. It's not fair.
I can. I'll do it when he was here as well. But yeah, that was. I don't know. I feel like that's a moment that's passed almost.
Okay.
Although they must be quite close to doing their next area, because there's like 2 or 3 areas they just still literally weren't finished in the game. So. Right. And they're fucking big areas, like whole biomes that haven't been done.
Okay.
So, yeah, we'll see. I might go back to that when they release the next biome.
I look forward to not playing with anybody in February then.
Yeah, well, if it's got crossplay, I might join in. If it's got crossplay,
it apparently has got crossplay. We'll have. So.
But if it's it needs to be with Steam, because I'm not fucking starting all over again with a new character.
Okay. Right. Okay. All right. I've got a new game to talk about. Ooh. Only come out this week. I've been playing the new Turtles game.
Cool. I played a little bit of it on cloud streaming, but that was not a very good way to play it.
Okay. I played it. I downloaded it and played it. I thought it was quite good, but I think you need to play with people.
Mm-hmm.
You can play with. I think you can play with six
players. Yeah,
6 people. I think it's going to be. That's a game that we need to play as a team on a Sunday afternoon. I think if we're gonna have a go, because it was. I mean, it was a bit samey, a bit Streets of Rage, Turtlesy, normal side-scrolling hack and slash.
Really looks. It wasn't. Well, I don't know about. It looks like my memory of the arcade game.
It is exactly. There are some different mechanics, but it looks. They've done a good job, I think, because they did Streets of Rage recently, and I think they messed it up because they made it a bit too new.
More modern.
Yeah, whereas this looks like a 90s game. It's bloody good. I played it. I'm not sure how. I think I played it for an hour or so. So I got a fair. I got an idea.
I don't know how. I was playing it on cloud streaming on my Xbox in the back room, which runs on Wi-Fi, and I don't quite know. It can't be that hard in story mode, because it just, like, there was a couple of times that literally just froze and didn't fucking move, and I didn't die. So I don't know what the fuck was
Oh,
going on.
I've died a couple of times, but only because I was when you get onto like skateboardy bits where you
Yeah, I didn't get that far.
sort of on a yeah, the normal because they have bloody levels where you're moving like down a road and you have to
Mm,
avoid things in the road or while also fucking shooting and
mm,
hacking and slashing away at things that are coming from all directions. And it was a little bit tricky, but I think because I kept falling off, you had to keep jumping from like one platform to another sort of thing, and that's normally where I struggle. But the normal side scrolling stuff was pretty easy. But it still would be more fun. It would be crazy to have like 6 people on the bloody
yeah.
screen
I
all
did
doing their
hear
shit.
someone else talking about this. It does scale the number of enemies with the number of people playing, though.
Yeah, well,
So it'd
that's
be
why it would
absolutely
be
insane if there
obviously.
were 6 people
Yeah,
playing. It'd
that's
be
what I'm
fucking
thinking.
tons.
It would still be as difficult as it,
Yeah,
as it would. But instead of having one person and 4 enemies, you're going to have 6 people and 24 enemies,
24
sort of thing.
enemies.
So,
Yeah,
yeah,
that would
so
be
that I
absolutely. It'd be
think it
like
would be quite good.
Vampire Survivors, but with turtles.
I think apparently you can. There's a lot of healing and passing of.
Yeah, you can
Um,
cheer your mates. You can give some of your
yeah,
health to your teammates and
yeah,
stuff.
apparently so. I think if you pick up certain things, yeah, like you eat pizza, it heals everybody
Yeah,
else and whatever things
yeah.
like
There are
that.
like
So
pizza boxes on the floor, like and all that shit, like there was in the
yeah,
arcade.
yeah.
That's how you heal
So
and stuff.
yeah, so I think it'd be, and there's some hidden things you have to find on the levels as well. So yeah, I think that I'll play it again, but I don't
It's
think I'll
definitely
get
better
the
than
enjoyment.
Battletoads.
Oh god, that was horrific. That was awful. I waited so long for that game, and it was absolute fucking dog shit. But yeah, and it's on Game Pass, so it's worth
Yeah,
trying it for free.
if you've it's on PC and Xbox Game Pass, so yeah,
Yes, and I believe it is cross-platform. Well, it
it's on
must be,
cloud
otherwise you're
streaming
never going
actually.
to get. Yeah, don't cloud stream it.
It's that's
Um,
probably right if you near your router, but yeah, or on wired, but yeah.
Go on, you talk about your last one then, and then I'll
All right,
do mine, and we're done.
okay. The PS5 arrived a little while ago, and I've been playing PS4 games on it. This week was the big launch of the new PS Plus, wasn't it? On
It was.
Wednesday.
You paid for it, the full
So
Monty?
I bought 12 months of PS Plus on a voucher code from Shop
Okay.
2. So I'd already got basic PS Plus. When it launched the other day, I had 325 days left of my PS Plus, and for me to upgrade to the next tier was £32, I think. I was like,
Okay.
that's a lot cheaper than buying. Well, it's
It,
half the price of one fucking PS5 game.
yeah.
And there are multiple PS5 games now available on PS Plus Extra. So I was like, fuck it. Um, I missed the boat. Paul W did offer to get us a free code to upgrade beforehand, but I missed the boat. He managed to flog all them off nicely on eBay. He did all right, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't mind paying 32 quid for what I'm getting, to be honest. So the
On
games
top of how much though? You
I'd
said it
already
was 100
paid. It
something.
was 42.85 for 12 months of PS Plus.
Okay.
Um, well, sorry, it's 50 quid for 12 months of PS Plus. I bought a code from Shop 2 for £42.85.
Right. So it
Um,
would normally cost 50 quid plus another 30 something. So it's
well,
80 quid a
it's
year.
£84 through the store for a 12 months
Right.
of. If you buy it monthly, it's £10.99. So it's basically Game Pass ultimate price.
Right. But you don't get PC
You don't get.
gaming
No, you don't get. Well, you can
or
play
day
PS Now
one.
for you. Actually, you can't. You have to go to the max tier, which is £13.99 a month, I think, to get streaming now, which they've used to
Okay.
have on PS Now.
It's still not a massive amount. If you've only got a PlayStation, it's not a massive amount of money, is it? I'm
It
paying ten
depends what
ninety
you've
nine a
played
month.
and what you've bought in the past. For me,
Yeah, obviously, if you haven't played a lot of that, a lot of the PS4 games, it's fucking no brainer,
there's
isn't it?
fucking tons of PS4 games on there. Absolute
Yeah.
shitloads. Like I'd already downloaded. Oh, the one I couldn't remember last week that I downloaded was Days Gone. That was in the PS Plus collection, which was PS4 games for PS5 owners that had missed out on all that shit. But I never actually got around to playing that. I never played any more Until Dawn, which I was playing last week. I might
Hmm.
might do some more of that I feel like I should probably just go through and have a crack with that.
Did you not finish that then?
No, literally, I played it for about 2 hours.
Oh, I tell you what, because that was on Boss Wave. We all played that and talked about it. That was a good game, that.
Yeah. It looks like initially I was like, this is shit, and then it actually started to make me jump and make me laugh and stuff like that. So yeah, I was like, oh, I should probably just fucking go back and finish that. But I now have PS5 games available for my PS5 without spending a fuck ton of money. So I have downloaded Ride 4, which is not a PS5 exclusive, but yeah, I was like, it looked fucking nice when I looked at videos, so I was like, fuck it, I'll download that. I ain't played that. Death Stranding Director's Cut, I have downloaded. Okay. Ghost of Tsushima, whatever edition it's called for the PS5, the PS5 Upgrade Edition, which I'm looking forward to playing, but I ain't started that. I downloaded Returnal, which was the big rogue-like third-person shoot-'em-up type game, which I haven't played yet. And a couple of others I can't fucking remember, but the one I have actually downloaded and played is Demon's Souls.
Of course it fucking is.
So, it's been like a month or whatever since I finished Elden Ring. So I thought, it's best go and play. I know what I'm up to. I know what I'm I thought I knew what I was up to in these kind of games. So I downloaded that and started having a bash on Demon's Souls.
So is that a full-on Souls game, or is it a light?
No, Demon's Souls is the original Souls game on PS3. I played the PS3 game because I think it came with PS Plus at some point. And I just did not understand what those games were about at the time and did not get on with it at all. The remake looks fucking amazing. Does it look better than Elden Ring? Yes, probably.
Yeah, this is PS5.
It's a lot more basic. Demon's Souls is just PS5, the remake.
Okay. Right, okay.
I think it does look better than Elden Ring, personally, but I haven't played Elden Ring on PS5. It is still.
Yeah, you're comparing it against your PC, though, aren't you? So,
well, yeah, but it was a little bit performance-wise a hit and miss on the PC. Most of the time, it was completely fine, and it would just have an absolute mare, which is my experience of a lot of these games. Even Dark Souls 3 and Sekiro, they all do that.
So, is your PC on par or better spec?
My PC is definitely
PS5?
better than the PS5.
Okay.
However, Demon's Souls is not available on PC. Basically, loads of these games. The reason I got a PS5 is because there's games you can't play on PC, or you could maybe wait 3 years and it'll turn up on PC. Like the new God of War is coming, and it will be out on PS5 before it's on PC, but it'll be 70 quid on PS5 when it comes out. So I probably won't buy it when it comes out. But yeah, it will go on sale at some point. Probably when they roll onto the PC version, which will turn out to be better. But anyway, so Demon's Souls is what I've been playing. And coming from Elden Ring, it's a bit strange because there's things that they've added to Elden Ring over the other Souls games, which were never in. Well, they were in Sekiro, maybe, like the jump. There was a jump in Dark Souls, but you had to be running before you could jump, whereas in Elden Ring, you could just jump. One thing I have found a bit easier to do for some reason in Demon's Souls is the parry move, which I have never fucking been able to do consistently. But that feels fucking great. When one of these, they're only basic enemies at the moment, to be fair. So I'm still early days. I've done 5 hours. Early days. So these like basic enemies come running at you, and they'll do like a big swing of their shitty sword, and I'm just like dunk with the my parry shield, and I'm just like stab the fucker dead, 1 hit, and that feels fucking great. Right. Like I say, the game looks like Demon's Souls original, mate. If you go and look at that now, it probably looks like shit, because that is an old PS3 game. I remember dying to these great big fucking dogs in Demon Souls on PS3. I have not seen them yet in the remake, and I was like, I didn't really get very far in the original game, so I don't know what the fuck they've done. But yeah, feels like a completely different game from what I remember playing back on the PS3. But it's very much a Souls game, so I did waste quite a lot of time. There's a bit like you play through, you get thrown in, and you do the first bit, and then you go back. You come to the first boss, and it's like one of those things like it fucking just twats you dead in one hit. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm obviously not supposed to beat this boss because it's like fucking massive. And that's when you get put to the Nexus, which is like their little hub world where you get to level up and all that sort of stuff. And I found this woman, the Black Maiden. What's that? Is that the something? Whatever Maiden. She's like, I'm thinking she's the girl that I need to go and see to level up. But she says, no, you've got to go and see this other dude. And I'm like, and it shows you like clips of where you've got to go. So I went running up all these stairs, and I looked at these things that look like statues on the floor. I looked at them, I just ran straight past them. I was like, what the fuck is that? And then carried on and was walking around for fucking ages. And then closed the game down, whatever, come back to it a couple of days later, fucking running around again. Like, who have I got to see? Called the Monumental. And I looked at it on Google. And it was like, oh, those fucking statues that I looked at and ran straight past, that was that's the guy I needed to speak to. And I was like, for fuck's sake, that happened about 2 hours ago. So I'm a bit behind on where I should be, really. But yeah, so I've started leveling up, upgraded my sword. I'm playing as a magician, because I've always done a dexterity type build in these games where it's all about, like, some of the swords stack with dexterity and some of them are like strength. Or some of them in the newer games are like intelligence magic based. But this one is all, I was like, fuck it, I've never played as a magician, I'm going to play as a magician this time around. So it's all magic based so far. But so it's all, I've got to up my intelligence and up my magic abilities to get more spells that I can carry at the same time and more powerful spells and more like resource to use magic, what they call magic power. Magic power? MP? No, magic power is how dangerous they are. MP is like your mana source, mana resource, your pool of like stamina type thing for magic, which once you drain, it drains. This is the boss that killed me on screen now, if you're watching. Right. It's so it's really fucking good, basically. Okay. But
he's a big bastard.
Elden Ring's still better. But
okay. You died. Is that you playing?
No, this isn't me playing. That's literally just what I did. Actually, get a hit on the boss though. This guy didn't. But when I hit the boss, it literally was like 10 health came off, and it was like this fucking gigantic health bar. I was like, oh dear. Okay. But yeah, then it just twatted me twice, and I was fucked. But like I say, that was obviously supposed to happen. It's what happens at the beginning of all these fucking games, pretty much. Right. So yeah, early days, initial impressions, looks absolutely bonkers, and oh my god, it loads so fucking quick. Because it's like obviously PS5 it's completely PS5. It's obviously built with that. All of the architecture's there. When you die, it doesn't take fucking. There's no loading screen. It's like, well, there is a little bit of a loading screen, but it's not like fucking 10 seconds, or it's literally like it feels like about 4 seconds. And you're in to each transition between each area is literally seconds. So that really helps, especially if you die.
Does the PS5 have quick resume?
I think you can only do it with one at a time. So like what I do tend to do is I will save and exit to the main screen on this game. This is what I'm doing. Right,
but leave it and then running.
And then I'll just like press the PlayStation button, rest mode.
Yeah.
Okay. So literally when I boot it back up, it instantly reloads the game. But if my son, in the meantime, comes on, signs on, and goes to play FIFA, then I come back to it. Then it has to reload. It doesn't take fucking long though.
Okay, but at least it saved your point because
I can save anywhere pretty much.
Yeah, so you can't just leave it, just literally stop
in suspend. No, it doesn't
start
just suspend.
another game
because it's online connected as well. So I don't. That's those sort of games.
See, Call of Duty's got fucking quick resume, but it's online. So every time you don't play it, it kicks you off anyway.
It just boots
so it's
you
a bit
off anyway.
pointless.
Yeah.
But offline games,
it's like the character models are so much more detailed and like better animated than all the old games.
Yeah, that little thing I just watched on Twitch it looked flipping impressive.
Yeah, it does look fucking bonkers. Like you say, if you had the original side by side, it would just be look like two. They feel like two different games because I don't remember any of this shit for the original. But yeah, I'll be playing that for.
And that is included in your PS Plus.
That's in PS Plus mid tier and top tier.
Right.
But the top tier offers streaming of all of these games and PS4 games and classic PS1, PS2 games.
Oh, you'll be playing Ridge Racer then, will you?
No, as if I'm going to fucking pay all that extra money to play those old games that I don't want to fucking play anymore.
So the top tier is a bit pointless then.
The top tier to me seems is weird.
You will get free demos though.
I don't know if there are any demos at the minute, to be honest. You get game trials, is what they call it, not demos.
Yeah.
A bit like what you get with EA Play, I assume. Like you get 10 hours or
10 hours or whatever it is. Yeah.
I assume it'll be along those kind of lines, but I'm not sure there are any at the minute. So yeah, you'd have to be pretty. I don't understand the top tier to me. The top tier seems completely bonkers. Like why, if you were that into retro games, you either emulating the fuckers already on your computer or a Android box or whatever, because they're old PS1 and PS2 games, and things like your fucking mobile phone can do that shit.
But some people have only got
a PS1 or a PS2, and you're just doing it and you're buying their games.
No one's got a fucking PS1.
There's fucking plenty of people doing that shit.
Maybe if they bought them back, but how many consoles have you kept? I literally, as soon as new one comes out, I've
boxed up my PS3. And I've still got my PS3 in a box because I was like, that is a fucking weird console. Like, there's a reason you can only stream PS3 games, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
like, there's no way to download that. You can do it on PC. Yeah. There's a PCS3 emulator which will let you play PS3 games on your PC. But there's no, like, you can't download a PS3 game to the PS5 like you could a PS1 or a PS2 game.
Yeah.
So, and the PS5 is fucking pretty beastie compared to anything that's been out before that, PlayStation wise. Obviously, it's close. Like they're basically PCs now, the Xbox and PlayStation.
Yeah,
but they're obviously like customized architecture wise. So, but the actual like processors and the graphics are very, very similar to what's in PCs. But yeah, so I've got a few games. I've got, like I say, I've got like basically 11 months worth of PS Plus mid tier to play all these games. So I'll be chipping away. I'll definitely be playing more Demon's Souls, but I'll be in the next week probably dabbling in a couple of the others to have a look at them and see what they're like.
Can you get the PS Plus on the PS4? Was it only on PS5?
I don't quite know how. I've got a PS4 still. That was another game I fucking forgot about actually.
Because I'm wondering whether it's worth me picking up an old PS4 for.
I don't know if
and then paying a bit of subscription to get the games again.
Because you can't stream. I don't think you can stream the PS5 games. I don't think. I don't know though.
No, but PS4 games. If I could play all them PS4
there's fucking
games,
tons of PS4 games on PS Plus.
So I'm thinking if I paid £60 for a PS4. And then paid for the subscription to play the PS4 games, I'd be able to play them all, wouldn't I? Because there's loads I missed. There's loads I missed out.
I don't know at what point you got rid of your. Because you play. What did you play? The last thing I remember you talking about Boss Wave. What was that? Well, I definitely remember you talking about Borderlands 3.
Spider-Man.
That's another one I've downloaded.
I didn't play it, but I got Daisy got Spider-Man, and I couldn't sell. Usual story. I can't sell my console until Daisy's finished playing
Yeah.
Spider-Man. As soon as she finished playing it, I sold it. I only had it for
Well,
a year-ish. Well, no, I had
right.
it for a bit long because I bought one, sold it, and bought it again.
Yeah.
But I bought it for Horizon Zero Dawn. I played God of War, um, and Ratchet, all the big ones, and all the
Mm,
Uncharted's and whatever's come out in between that time. But I only actually had it for probably 18 months.
yeah.
So there's probably so I played God of War, I played Horizon. So there probably wasn't, like I said, Spider Man was the last game I think
Well,
that we got
I've
for it.
downloaded Miles Morales, the PS5 version
Right.
of Miles Morales.
Yeah.
That's on the PS mid tier. But the original Spider-Man game is just the PS4 version, which is a bit annoying.
Right.
Um,
Okay.
but I forgot I did play another game this week on my PS4 because basically my PS4 has been sitting in rest mode underneath my TV. Like I've got my PS5 in the back room. My PS4 is
Mhm.
attached to the main family TV. Because I've fucking set it up when I was setting up my PS5. Because you could download, fucking transfer everything across, and it would supposedly
Mhm.
easier. But I swear it would have just been fucking quicker to do it on the PS5.
Just yeah.
Um, but I booted it up the other day to basically turn it off. But
Oh,
while I had it on,
okay.
I was like, what I've actually got on here. Maybe I should just clear out the hard drive while I'm here, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, flick, 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 Wipeout. I was like, ain't played that in a while. Just went, click, press X, played Wipeout, the Omega collection. And
Okay. Yeah.
It's on my LG OLED TV. Fuck me, that
Okay.
looks absolutely fucking mental. I was like, Jesus
I
Christ, this is
did
like a
play
whole new
that.
game.
I'm wondering whether that was free on PS Plus because I played it and I don't think I would have
Uh,
bought it.
I don't know. I definitely bought Wipeout HD and then Wipeout Fury, whatever it was the sequel, and then there was Wipeout
Oh,
2048
that.
on the Vita. See you later, see me. Thank you for
Mm.
joining.
See you later, mate.
But yeah, so I booted up the Omega collection, and I ain't played that in
Right.
donkeys. And fucking hell, on my OLED, I set up HDR on my PS4. I didn't even know it could do it, but apparently it can. And
Yeah,
fucking hell,
I
mate,
had
on the
HDR on
OLED,
mine. Got an update for it.
that game looks bonkers good on an OLED TV. All the
What
colours
was
just like
what was
pop big style.
what was the click and point and click? Something about humans on PS4.
Point and click.
Detroit becomes
Oh
human or
right,
something. Was it
okay, that
called?
was a what do you call it? David Cage job.
That looked fucking unbelievable because I still had the old Xbox and that didn't have
Mm,
HDR, and that on HDR looked fucking because I was upstairs on my other telly and that was the first HDR telly I had, and
yeah,
when they done the update for it, that game looked fucking stunning on it.
yeah.
I never played it. I watched Daisy play it, but on the PS4 that looked
Well,
absolutely brilliant.
if you have Wipe, I might download it to the PS5 and see what it looks like on the PS5, assuming it works. But Jesus Christ, just running on my original PS4, this is on, but
Mm,
attached to a nice telly, it looks fucking amazing. I was like, Jesus
yeah,
Christ, because that's the kind of futuristic, super crisp visual. It looks like a fucking
yeah.
PS5 game. It looks fucking
I
crazy.
definitely played it. I don't know whether I bought it or whether it was on PS Plus, but
Mm.
I assume I've still got a PlayStation account. I don't know.
Well, it'll
I
just be
wouldn't
linked
have.
on your account. All you got to do is start paying again, and everything you claimed in the past will be there.
Yeah, I
So
might have actually disabled my account, but I'll have to probably get it
I
back
don't know
at
if you
some
can
point.
really disable your account, can you? I don't know.
Uh,
Maybe you can.
I had to unattach
That was your Borderlands
my.
bollocks.
No, there was with the. I had to do something because it was conflicting with my email address. It wouldn't let me. There's something
Mm.
stupid like you can't have your same can't have your your game, your whatever they
It
call
can't be the
PS.
same as your email address kind of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I had to fuck about, and then I had to have a new email address just to have a PlayStation account. And I think I don't use that email address anymore, so chance of me getting my account back is pretty slim. Not that it mattered because I didn't really buy anything digitally on it.
Mm.
I was still buying discs for that. So it was only the free shit that I got,
Mm.
which you lose anyway when you stop playing for Plus. So
Well, yeah, but as soon as you restart paying anything PS
mm.
Plus wise that you've claimed, if you start paying again, it's all your
But I
old
think if
catalogue
I've
is
got a
back.
PS5, I think I just have to start. I'd have to make a new
Mm.
account. I think because I'm pretty sure I got rid of it because I had
Well, I've
to
had fucking
unattach me.
for an Xbox. I've had a load of fucking PlayStation. I've got, like I say, I've had every PlayStation that's been out now, yeah, apart from
Mm.
PSP. Uh, I've still got a Vita. I don't use it really.
They're still in stock. PS5s. They
Vitas.
haven't. No PS5s since you got
PS5s,
yours,
yeah,
and you.
like Series X's PS5s definitely feel a bit like we're getting to a point where not that you could just walk in and buy one whenever, but if
Mm,
they become
yeah,
available, they
but
don't literally sell out in 5 seconds.
yeah. Well, they've got to clear them out, and they because they'll be bringing out a Pro soon. I'm
Yeah, more than likely.
sure.
There's no. I don't think they'll bring out a Pro. They might bring out a Slim, but I don't think there's going to be a Pro this time round. I honestly don't think there is at any point.
No, they're
Because
it's
the
such a
old
leap.
ones were definitely not as powerful as they should have been.
Yeah.
But PS5 and Xbox Series X are fucking beasts compared to
Mm,
what, like, for the price. There's no way they'd have to be fucking more money if they were better. And there's no way
yeah.
people have got the money now. The way the world is now, there's no way the money's there.
I can see them making like just saying right. Well, we got this super fuck off one that's like 900 quid. If you
I can't
want,
see that. It wouldn't be worth it
they
for them
don't
because they would
reckon
not
they
sell
just
enough. No,
literally.
there's no way they'd
The
sell
other thing
enough
is, what are they going to do? Because all the games are optimized for the
for the lower models.
lowest. Yeah. So I mean, I don't know how many games are. There's still games. I think PlayStation has started doing only for PS5 now, but Xbox ain't, are they? Because in theory, it's supposed to.
There's definitely, I think there's games coming. Medium was only Xbox Series, wasn't it? That wasn't
Was
on
it?
Xbox One, I don't think.
Yeah, you might be right.
But that's not an exclusive at the end of the day. That's
No.
on PS5, or will be soon
Yeah.
anyway. So I can't see them.
They need to
There's
ditch the
no need.
Xbox because that Xbox One, Daisy still uses hers, but fuck me, that thing struggles.
The thing
Struggles with
is,
anything that come out in the last year. It absolutely fucking it
with this
cannot run it.
whole where they said that this cloud streaming is going to be linked to anything you've purchased digitally.
Mm,
So as well as whatever's in Game Pass, that is the point that they can probably stop just fucking being off Xbox One completely
mm,
as in going forward, because like if you've got, because I don't know, like a lot of people will have. I went digital pretty much. Xbox One, PS4. I hardly had any discs. Um, and I know I'm not. I wouldn't say I was the majority, but I'm definitely not. It's not a small minority
yeah,
of
I haven't
people that
got
just
any
went fully
Series X
digital.
games, but mainly because the last game I actually physically
Yeah,
bought was Call of Duty 2
mm,
nearly 3 years ago.
yeah,
And I don't buy games anymore because there ain't no need.
yeah, yeah. So I don't know how
Just
long PS Plus will pay off for
mm,
me, because I've got a lot of catching up to do. I've got 18 months worth of PS5 that I ain't played, that
yeah.
I've now got. And by the time I finish the ones that are already on there, maybe, I don't know, what's like Gran Turismo might fucking come on in the next
Mm.
6 months.
You definitely get a year's worth of value out of it.
Yeah, I think so. And at 10.99
Yeah,
a month, or like 83.99 sounds like a lot for a year. 10.99 a month doesn't sound as much, but it's actually more, obviously.
yeah. Oh yeah, almost. Yeah, it's 140 quid nearly.
Yeah. So
Yeah, yeah. It's
I don't
like
know. It's
Amazon though, isn't it? You pay for
yeah,
Amazon. It doesn't seem like a lot of money when you're only
yeah,
paying 7.99 a month. But
yeah,
when it says you've got to give us 80 quid, you
yeah.
think
Well,
it
I did
seems
the
like a
80
lot of
quid this
fucking
year,
money.
to be fair.
Did you?
Yeah, yeah.
I always have done, but until the only thing is now I keep getting an email saying you just paid another 7.99, and oh, You just paid another $10.99 for your Game Pass.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. And then you think,
yeah, and
oh, hang
this
on a
and
minute.
that. Yeah, it's fucking
But if you just paid like 80 quid in one lump, you forget about it, don't you?
yeah,
Now they keep
exactly.
fucking reminding me that it's costing me money every month.
Yeah, I've set myself a reminder for the day before my Apple Plus runs out.
Right,
Because
okay.
I went to cancel it. It's like, if you cancel now, you will lose access. I was like, what do you mean? Why doesn't it run to the end of my subscription?
Yeah, I know, that is so annoying. They done, yeah, that's ridiculous, isn't it? No one else does that.
No, I was like, that's pretty shit. So, but I definitely remember, like,
Even if you get a year free with a phone or whatever, if you click on cancel, that fucking cancels it
that's
when you've got a
literally
whole
like how I
year.
got this current one I've got now is 3 months free with my daughter's phone.
Yeah,
And it was like, yeah, if you, it was like I went to cancel it, goes, so I was like, everything else, like you say, you just like, I better cancel that before I forget. And I cancelled it. It was like, nope, if you cancel now, you'll lose access. It's like, fuck that then. I've got like another two
yeah.
months.
I'm hoping Tesco's are going to
Mm.
do us a solid and give us a discount
What,
like
like the
they do
Disney
with
Plus
the
job
Disney and shit.
with
Yeah, that'd
club
be
card
handy.
vouchers? It's
Yeah,
five
that'd be
quid though
nice.
for Apple. If you're not doing loads of other things, 5 quid's
Yeah, I
enough.
don't know how long
Every
they
now and again.
can keep that price.
They're
Everyone else
making
is
an
a
absolute fucking
7.99,
fortune on their
8.99.
phones. That's how. And their
Yeah, I
iPads.
suppose so.
They probably got
Yeah.
like a 90% profit margin or something stupid on their fucking
Mm.
shit.
I mean, there is good stuff on there, but not in. It's not like
It's
Amazon
not
or
coming out every
Netflix.
week though, is it?
No,
Like,
no.
yeah, I think I've got enough to keep me going until the 7th of August or whatever it is, and then I'll bin it off until, like, I don't know, Severance Series 2 comes out. Like, Disney Plus,
Well,
I paid for like 6 months of with club card vouchers. That's
yeah,
basically
I
free
got
money.
three. I got 3 months, and because I've been off, I've fucking watched everything that's worth watching
Yeah,
now. So I could actually
yeah,
cancel
yeah, but that
that
won't
now.
cancel
But
it immediately. Like Apple Plus, that will
no,
just
no, it
run out
won't.
at the end of your
Yeah.
subscription. So yeah,
Okay. Right. Last game I'll talk about then. I've been playing Overcooked 2. I'm playing with Daisy. Couch co-op. We could play it. Um, when she's upstairs, I'm downstairs, but we've been playing it couch co-op. It is a bloody good game. We played the first one and finished it together. I don't know why it took us so long because it's been on Game Pass for a bloody long time.
mm.
But it is good. Just, I mean, she's Gordon Ramsay and I'm a sous chef. Basically, she gives me a job to do, and she does everything else.
she's
So
proper head chef.
yeah. So she says to me, "Okay, Dad, your job is to chop the meat and cook it and wash up the plates, and I'll do everything else." So she's putting burgers in, she's doing lettuce, she's fucking cutting the cheese, she's serving it, she's collecting the plates, she's doing everything, and she's giving me one little job in the
I'm
corner.
still
That's your
cutting my
job.
cucumber.
So, but it is good. I mean,
They're
there's
not having any
four.
arguing.
Whoa, hang on. There's 4 players on here.
Yeah,
Can you play? Oh God, don't
right.
tell me you can play with more than 3 people because I have 2 people because
Yeah, the whole
I'll
family
get the
round
missus
having
behind
a
it.
massive Barney.
There's a lot of shouting going on. There is
Yeah,
a lot of shouting. There's a lot of swearing, but it's good. We used to play quite a lot of them sort of games together, and we've she's grown up now. She plays
yeah.
proper games, so it was nice to last couple of days just to get back and because we've both been shut up with COVID. She didn't have it as long as me, but so once we were finally let out of the of our cells, we she says, "Oh, let's play some games together." So we've been doing that for the last couple of days. It is a good game. It's frustrating, but it's fun at the same time.
Would you buy it?
No, no, I wouldn't buy it. Um, it's on Game Pass, so I don't know if I bought. I might have bought the first one, but it would have been in a sale. I
Cheap.
wouldn't have paid full. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't pay full price for it. But it's much of the same. It's a similar thing, and we're doing you get
So you're playing through the story then?
yeah,
There's a
and you
few
get
new
the
modes, isn't
normal
there, in two, I think?
Yeah, we're just playing the story at the moment. Playing the story. We're on the fourth level. I think there's 6 levels per um 6 areas per level. So we got a fair way. I don't know how many there are, but we're getting a fair. And we're with you. It's the usual thing where you only need, like, depending on how many points you get stars. It's, if you get 1 star, you can move on, but obviously you want to get 3 stars. So we've been playing to get 3 stars until we move on.
Hmm.
So and it only
Oh,
takes a
you want
couple of
them
goes. Once
achievement
you
points, don't you?
realise,
You want that gamer score.
well, it's because we're playing together, but we're obviously both signed in. Because I'm signed in first, I'm getting all the achievements, and she ain't getting any. Because a lot of games will give you both. It will pop up
Yeah.
and go, "Oh, you got an achievement." Then all of a sudden, their achievement will pop up. But for some reason, because I'm the main player and she's player two, it's not giving her any achievements. I don't
Hmm.
know whether if we were doing it online, online
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
together on separate Xboxes, that would give us both the achievements. But because we're playing couch co-op, it's only giving them to me. Either
Hmm.
that or they're not just pinging up for her. Perhaps she is getting them, but with
Yeah. Maybe.
yeah,
Yeah.
her thing doesn't pop up. But yeah, the levels are good. It's you've once you've worked out, because things are moving round, are bloody constantly changing. Once you've worked out where things are, but there's like conveyor belts going all over the place, and things are always constantly. You get trapped in areas, and then all of a sudden you can't chop anything. So because your chopping boards have been cut off because you're both in the same part
Yeah.
of the
Well,
screen. So once you realise what it's doing and you get the mechanic of it, then it's pretty easy.
I just remember
But
fucking levels where you're on a ship or whatever, and it would fucking tip from side to side, and the
yeah,
fucking counters would move and stuff like that.
yeah, it's got all that shit in it. There's
Yeah.
one where you're in 2 separate rafts, and one raft keeps fucking moving further away, so you have to throw your stuff over,
Yeah.
and if you don't get it right, you throw it into
Fucking
the
throw it
river,
straight in the
and
water.
yeah, and you just spend all this time making a fucking perfect meal, and then you chuck it, and it goes straight in the river. So, but
Good.
it's a good little game. It's good. I,
Especially if you
like I
don't pay for
say,
it.
yeah, especially if you don't pay for it. I mean, if it was under a tenner,
Yeah,
I
that's the
would
problem for
probably
me. I see
buying it, but
they do like a
but you
double
know
pack
it's
thing.
coming to Game Pass. All these
Yeah.
that's the trouble now. I just loathe to buy a game because I know that at some point in the next 3 or 4 months that's coming to Game Pass. So I
Mm.
just don't buy any games anymore. It's
No,
bloody
well,
stupid,
I haven't.
really.
I buy I buy a few games. Like I bought Elden Ring. I bought, and then I bought Vampire Survivors for 2 fucking quid. Like there's fucking tons of stuff on Steam at the minute that's dirt cheap,
Hmm.
but I'm like,
I mean,
don't
I
think I
bought
really want anything.
Borderlands. I bought a
Yeah,
disc of Borderlands. But that was like 4 quid. So
yeah,
4 or 5 quid. I
well,
knew
that's
I was
nothing.
going to get no, but
80 hours for
I
4 quid.
wouldn't. I I would. I don't think I'll ever pay 70 quid for a game again.
Yeah,
I can't. I just can't see me. There's enough games to keep me going to wait
something.
until it's
Yeah,
either free or
cheap.
it's 70% off or whatever.
Yeah,
The only annoying
but
thing is I've been waiting for the last 2 Call of Duties to come down in price so I can play the campaigns, and then
oh, they don't like putting
they're
them
still
down in
50,
price, do they?
60 quid. So
Where does
hopefully when
yeah,
Xbox get their arse in gear, we'll be able to get them all for free anyway, the campaigns and shit. So but
yeah.
because I do love playing the campaigns, but I'm not paying 60 quid just to just play 6 hours of bloody Call of Duty.
If they sold it in
I would
bits,
have in the old days,
like if they sold a
but
single player and then they sold a multiplayer separate, I don't
yeah,
know.
if they said it's 15 quid,
They probably make more money that way. I'd have thought.
if they said it's 15 quid just to play the campaigns, I probably would pay that.
Hmm.
But I know more.
Thing is, the campaign's probably the expensive bit
Mm.
because it's like paying
But
for
even
actors and all that hoo ha.
but multiplayer and shit now. I mean, I know people are playing Vanguard and Cold War, but 90% of people are just playing Warzone.
Yeah, probably more than 90%. I thought.
So
And that game is
they've shot
massive.
themselves. They've shot themselves in the foot. I mean, to
I think they're
get
doing
all the
okay though.
shit
To be
now.
fair, Call of Duty Mobile
Have
is
you noticed
bonkers.
though, since the latest update, because it used to have all the games in each section, didn't it?
I
When you
don't know. I
fired the
haven't had
game
it
up,
for ages. I
right,
haven't
well,
had it
when you
installed for
start it
ages.
up, it brings up a menu, and then you click
Mm,
on Cold War, you click on Vanguard, you click on Modern Warfare, or you click on
yeah.
Warzone. Got rid of it now. It's all gone. If you don't own it, it don't pop up.
Mm.
So, but they've got the new game instead of
What's
having
the
one
new
of the
one?
other ones called Modern Warfare 2.
Oh right. Yeah.
It's coming out in October. So
Yeah.
now that's on the front page now. Every time, as soon as you fire it up, that comes up. You want to buy this. But it
So I
used to
didn't
be
finish the
like,
campaign for Modern Warfare. I bought it when it
oh,
was
I did.
cheap on PC.
I always play campaign first. I never start multiplayer till I finish the campaign.
Mm. Yeah.
Right,
Oh, I
I'm
just didn't
done for
think it was that
games.
good.
So,
Yeah, same. Um,
right, well,
anything you clocked you during the E3, not E3 type of things that you thought was exciting that you ain't spoke
I
about,
don't
obviously?
get excited anymore, but I think I'm ready for a Forza Motorsport. I
I
didn't
thought that
play.
looked fucking bonkers.
I didn't play 7. Was it 7?
Seven's the most.
6.
I played seven recently, and I was
Yeah.
like, actually, it looks like shit compared to what I remember it.
I didn't play 7. I didn't play a huge amount of 6. 3, 4, and 5 I played for hours and hours and
And
hours and
five was
hours.
shit though. Six was decent.
5
I
was
played loads of
5
six.
was literally a continuation from 4. I don't think
It wasn't
anything
even as
changed.
much as game as there was in four. It was like less of a
No,
game.
yeah, but so that's where I fell off. But then because Horizon come out, you see, and that's
Mm.
I keep firing up Horizon, and I can't. There's nothing to do on it.
Oh, Hot Wheels is
I've
coming.
right,
You've paid for
fucking
that
about
as well.
time. Pay for it day one, didn't I? So I could play it early. Play the game early on the stream last year. So I've been waiting all this fucking time, and it
Very
turns out
excited
it's
about
Hot
Hot
Wheels,
Wheels.
isn't it? I don't mind Hot Wheels.
I didn't. Did you play the
I
last
pref-
time Hot Wheels?
yeah, it was all
Mm.
right. I preferred the Lego expansion.
Mm.
And I preferred when it was Blizzard Ireland and, when you
Yeah,
go a proper thing. But I'll play it. I fucking pay for it, so I'm going to play it. But
yeah.
we've waited nearly a year for it, or 8, 9 months, and I don't know when the next one's coming out.
I
God
haven't
knows.
no idea what the next one's going to be.
No, we didn't know what that one was until
No.
the last week.
And
But
loads
there
of
was a
people are
few
like, oh,
games.
fucking Hot Wheels. I was like, it does look pretty cool.
I I think I will probably buy. Well, no, it'll be on Game Pass. I will get that Starfield. That looks good. That did look good. That's something I
A lot
could
of people
probably get
don't think it does
into.
look good. I don't know.
I think it
I'm
did.
not
I think
fussed.
it looked. I think it's just Fallout in bloody space, isn't it?
Is it
So, or
Skyrim
I
in
think it
space
is.
or
Eh?
Oblivion in space?
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever ones. That's what it's. I hope that's what it is because I think it looked good, but then everyone's saying, "Oh, you do realise you can't fly down to the
Yeah, I
planet."
don't really care about that. That wouldn't
No,
bother
nor
me,
do
to be
I. I
honest. Well,
don't
you
want
can't.
to be
That's not a
flying
seamless
around.
transition from the planet surface to space. I'm like, well, whatever. It's a fucking RPG. It's not fucking No Man's Sky.
Yeah,
People go, oh,
yeah.
it's just No Man's Sky. It's like, well, it's clearly not, is it? Because you're just
No,
moaning about something that it isn't.
yeah. The main part of No Man's Sky isn't in it, so.
Yeah.
But there was a few bits on there. I didn't pay. I did watch it, um, but I didn't really follow
I think
what
Redfall
went
looks
on.
cool as well, to be fair. That looks
Yeah,
cool.
that looked all right.
There's a bit of
Um,
misunderstanding about that. People think it's good Back for Blood, but it's not really Back for Blood. It's like
no,
a
I
proper
don't think it's
story.
anything like or to
Yeah.
do with it. So we'll see. There's a few. It's all coming in the
There's
next
plenty coming and that
8 months.
I'm not going to pay for, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to say they showed about 40 games, and we're not going to pay for any of them.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, exactly. It's fucking
um,
crazy, isn't it, really?
including Diablo. I'm assuming they'll sort that shit out
Did they say
before
it was going to
Diablo.
be free to play? Is that going to be? No, that's not going to be free to play, is it?
It
No,
will be
I'm
once
getting
they've
a bit.
fucking bought them.
Well, we'll be here once it's on Xbox Game Pass. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but
Yeah.
they can't say it yet. That's the only. I think there's only about 3 games where they said it wasn't on Game Pass, but only because they haven't bought them yet.
Mm,
Once that deal goes through, that'll be on there because there'll be a first party studio.
yeah.
So let's hope they get it sorted out before it comes out. But yeah, there was some good bits on there. But they showed games. That's the thing. They haven't been showing games, and all of a sudden they showed you like 40 games that
Mm,
it's not everyone's taste, but if you find, for a start, you can play them all whether you fucking like them or not.
mm,
And there's got to be, let's say you like 10 of them games. There's 10 games you're going to play. Well, it's only from now to February. There's a game a month.
mm.
And that don't include all the other shit that's coming to Game
Yeah,
Pass.
all the
There's going to
stuff
be
that
one
they fucking
game.
announce. Yeah.
Yeah, there's going to be one decent game every month. Well, how many games do you want? Oh, I ain't got many games. How many
Yeah.
AAA games do you need?
Exactly.
How many AAA games
I've got more
has
games than I already
PlayStation
had more
released?
games than I could fucking deal with anyway, and now I've got
Yeah.
fucking loads more.
So we'll see what happens. I'm sure it'll. Most of them games will be out when they say they're coming out.
Maybe.
Have you
Starfield's
have
not
you
coming out in the next
reinst?
12 months.
Well, they said it was, but have you? Oh, what about Halo in Flight Simulator? Have you
Oh, fucking
reinstalled
that.
the
No, I'm not.
125 gigs to
No.
play that?
No, I'm not leaving my PC running in fucking Flight Simulator only to download everything you need to that.
Yeah.
No, I think you can fly to space though in Flight Simulator. So apparently,
Oh, right, okay. It'd be like Google Earth, would it, when that
I don't
zooms
know.
out?
Well, it's a bit like that
Mm,
anyway, isn't it? To be fair,
yeah.
it's just a really slow version of Google Earth. It's Flight Simulator.
Yeah. Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what comes out. But
Cool.
right, I think we're done, aren't we?
Yeah. Well, have a
Yeah, we're
nice
definitely done.
few days in France.
Yeah, I won't be back till Monday evening, so I shouldn't think I might make a little surprise appearance at 10 o'clock
Yeah.
on Friday evening, just to say
After about
hello.
10 beers, after you've
Yeah. Oh
fallen
God,
down some stairs or something.
we'll have been there for 2 days, so I'll be absolutely smashed by then. Anyway, right, I'll do Dave's bit because he's not here.
Okay.
Just clear my throat before I start. So, if you want to contact us, you can email us sealpodcast@gmail.com. We have a Twitter account, which is @sealpodcast. Twitch is also Seal Podcast. YouTube, Seal Space Podcast. And obviously, you can join our Discord channel, which is the Seal Podcast. All the links, I believe, are in the notes, are they, in the show notes when we put it
No,
up?
Fraser does that. So there's no fucking. Don't be silly. He doesn't. It's just bare
Okay.
bones.
He doesn't.
So if you want to join the
Oh,
Discord, it's a pinned tweet on our Twitter profile, or if
okay.
you head to the Twitch channel and type !Discord in all lowercase, you should be sent a message with a link to
Okay.
join the Discord.
Or you can probably just ask any of us via the usual channels, and we can probably send a link to you
Yeah.
anyway. We can send an invite, can't we?
Yeah.
It's not open to the. Is it open to
Well,
anybody, or are you still
you have to,
holding the reins?
no. That's just the way Discord. You have to have an invite to join the Discord.
You have
So,
to have an invite.
well,
But you
but
can put a
like
link on that. Someone just
like
click
I
on the
say,
link
it's
and it
just
puts them in.
there's a link. Basically, you literally just click on the link on the pinned tweet, and it will
Right,
get
there
you
you
into
go.
the
I don't know.
Discord. So,
I'm not a Discord man. I've only got Discord, so I can do this bloody podcast. But we might be changing that soon. So there might be some. This is working at the moment, isn't it? So,
well, Craig's been okay today, but by the look of it, I don't know though. Maybe
well,
not.
once we finally got him in, he's been
Well,
okay. They
he's
didn't
been
tell us that
updated
they
by the look of
changed
it.
yeah, he looks a bit more fancy, doesn't he?
Yeah,
With that little link that has just appeared in the chat.
it's just see if it's still working.
Well, it still says end record, so it must be recording.
We'll see. We'll see. I haven't had a message to say he's fucked up by the look of it. Is he
Are
still
you
in this?
are you backing up this recording
No,
anyway?
it's only via Twitch. He's still in
Oh
in
yeah,
the
we can
voice
still
channel.
do the. Okay, so it's not the end of the world. We haven't
Yeah.
wasted the last 3 hours. This is a much more reasonable time for finishing.
It is when you've done a 2.5
11 o'clock
hours or whatever show.
instead
Yeah.
of 2 o'clock in the morning. Right. Well, I just say thank you very much for everyone for coming along. People in the chat. Thank you for listening. I think that's it. I'm definitely
Yeah.
not here next week, but I don't know. I'm assuming
Hopefully the
Fraser
other
will
two will be
be.
back.
You're always here. You don't. Have you ever missed one?
I don't know. I must have done at some
You
point.
don't miss many. I never
Thing is,
used to miss
now
many, but
I'm in charge of the stream, so I can't be off because otherwise there would be no stream.
I just had shit after shit this year. It ain't
Yeah.
been the best 6 months of the year, so I have been a little bit lacking. But I did say when I joined that I'd do one every now and then, and I did do a stint of about 9 months without missing one. And I have to keep fucking hosting when
Don't
the
have
boss is
to.
not here. So no, I suppose I don't. Dave can do it next week, perhaps. Who
Yeah.
did it when me and Fraser was off? Because I didn't
Dave
listen.
did it last week. Obviously, you listened.
All right. Oh yeah, I did listen. I might have downloaded it just to keep the numbers up, but I don't think
Right.
I.
Give
Right,
us
that's it.
give us
Come
a
on, we're
review
going.
on Apple Podcasts if you want.
Oh yeah,
Is what
that's
I'll
still
say
a thing,
because
isn't it? I
we've
left.
only had
I
6
left.
reviews, and the last one was like fucking 2021
I
or
left
something.
joysticks and chill a review the other day.
A nice one.
Don't be fucking stupid. I just
But it
updated the
was 5
previous
stars,
one
wasn't
from
it?
the. Yeah, I give them 5 stars, but I just updated my previous comment about how there was never a show, just to point out that
It's
there
just a
still
great
wasn't a
Discord to be
show.
in.
Hey,
It's a great Discord to be in.
is it? I might have to join that. Where's their link? Have they still got a Twitter account?
I think so.
I'll see if I can find it and see if they'll accept me.
Maybe not.
Anyway, we're going.
Right, we'll
Have
see
we
you
said
next
goodbye
time.
yet? Right, we've
Probably.
said goodbye. That's it. Stop
See
recording.
ya.
Haters.